Down.
Welcome to the Frost and Fist. Today we're going to talk about some Havocs being greater than Devastators and Long Fangs. What's up with this hobby creep? Codex creep. I'm joined here with my friends, Mythos, a.k.a. Wrestling, a.k.a. the Frost, a.k.a. the Chainsword Wielder. I see that in the back. A.k.a. Mr. Kushinaba, a.k.a. the King of Conversions, a.k.a. the Wolf Brother, and Freak, of course, which is a.k.a. Caramel, a.k.a. the Fist, a.k.a. the Piano Man, the Jurassic Park fan, the King of the Yellow Tide, and Jeff Goldblum's double, and Corbin, my man-at-arms. And we're joining you here at the Frost and Fist because we're going to rock it out tonight with all the good ends.
Epic. That was flat out epic.
For you guys.
Freak, we're going to have to download this live chat. We're going to have to rip that section, and then we're going to have to steal that opening from Rob for just random videos.
Yep, that's we just we're just laid back. We won't say anything. It's like just play, click. What's going on, guys? This is Rob the Minute. Yeah,
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah. We're going to use that for battle reports, showcases, Tuesdays.
Everything.
Definitely necessary for Tuesdays.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. Mythos, bring us in, bro.
Yeah, man.
What is up, beautiful people? Welcome to our Friday night live chat. And of course, you guys have already seen my brother over here in the glasses is the other glasses.
Oh, this guy. Oh, what's going on? Sorry, I had Dr. Dre on my. Sorry. Wrong YouTube channel. Sorry. What's going on, guys? The Freak. Welcome to the show. We got this.
Also, we have joining us two awesome people from a channel we shout out almost every Friday at this point because they are an amazing channel and really, 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 I mean, these guys are going to be bigger than, mini wargaming at some point. But TMP, welcome my brothers, Corbin and Rob.
What's up? What's up?
So, you guys mind doing just a quick intro and kind of give us who you are in the hobby and all that jazz, just in case for some reason somebody hasn't seen or heard of you before, which would be crazy at this point.
That would be crazy.
Oh. Well, I figured my son wanted to start a YouTube channel, and he said, well, I don't know how to do it. And I said, listen, I paint miniatures, and I'll start a channel on painting miniatures. Like, that's going to go anywhere. Before you know it, people actually like the stuff that I painted. And I never thought I was anything special. And I guess I'm just this dude just trying to teach everybody else that, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And we're all just getting better one step at a time. We're on this journey together. And I just named it the Miniatures Paintbrush because I like the ring to it. And now I have a channel where I was teaching a lot of tutorials, and we have our sessions, our hobby hangouts where you hang out. I met my boy right there, Corbin, who's absolutely amazing, and Ian, he couldn't be with us tonight, but and I met so many people through this hobby, and it's always been a journey. So my painting has been a journey, as well as the YouTube has been a journey. Recently my computer had died, but I'm on the way to getting a new computer, and I just like to share this hobby, this love, this passion that I've developed over time since the 90s, really, into something that it's breathtaking. And I just want to help everybody that I possibly can to know that you can achieve any goal, and we're all on a journey.
I think that help everyone, being able to help everyone attitude and the if I can do it, you can do it attitude. I think that's one of the things that makes, your channel such a pleasure to watch.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, but I'm just a regular dude who loves their minis. who buys way too much minis. I have a wall.
Corbin, my brother, who are you, my man?
Well, also a regular dude.
No.
No, so I got started in the hobby when I was 12, so like 2 years ago.
Bro.
Yeah, no. No, so when I was 12, one of my buddies, I had dropped a towel miniature out of his backpack, and I picked it up and I was like, oh, this is cool. And kind of got into it since then. Kind of been painting on and off since then, but when 8th edition launched, kind of got back into it and have been steadily just trying to grow my painting skills and playing skills. And so I feel like I enjoy a good mix of all of the aspects of the hobby, whether it's building, painting, or playing. Kind of enjoy the all around of it. Met Rob, I guess a couple years ago now.
Wow.
And yeah, that's crazy to me. And started jumping in with his channel just to be part of something bigger. You know, I think that's something that a lot of us gamers want, is just to be a part of a community. And that's what I've found through Warhammer, through modeling and this hobby. It's just it's a great community, a great place to be involved with a lot of great people.
Couldn't agree more, my brother.
Yeah, especially about the modeling part, because, Mythos and I, we do work at Chippendales part-time. So the modeling is just one of the hardest things, really. It's a hard job, and we get a lot of requests every day, every time we go, but we still stay. So
So which chipmunk is the chip and the other which one is it?
It changes. It depends how the money's flowing, and most times it's kind of slim. So we try to change wardrobe sometimes to make things happen a little bit.
Kind of got a niche crowd, huh?
Yeah, exactly. And it's usually older, blind. But yeah, we don't discriminate. We don't discriminate at all. We just
y'all, here's some more money. Please just stop.
And we get so excited. We just, we do the whole Patrick Swayze and Chris Farley. We just go. I think the hardest parts are the bow ties, because they kind of chafe a little bit. But hey, it's all game, man. It's all game. It's all got them. We don't mind them making it rain, even if it's quarters, because most of them people are hard, so they'll throw loose change at us, and we're okay with that. So
it stings a little bit, but you suffer a little bit for your art.
Beauty is pain. At least that's what I hear.
Yeah. The struggle, baby. The struggle. Struggle's real. Struggle is real.
That structure we told you about.
Yep. NSA is listening on to it now.
Yeah, sorry, we told you about. This listening in, like, man, just tell us where that Chippendales is. What location? What location?
Tell us. I want to know where you are. One day we'll disclose that location.
Archer says that if they're using quarters, wouldn't it be making it hail instead of making it rain? I feel like we could start a new meme with that one.
Ethos, you're going to have to create a new thumbnail. We may have to change the thumbnail for this one.
Making it hail.
Making it hail. And we're just, from the top up with a bow tie.
That's got to be our 1,000 subs thumbnail.
Yes.
Whenever we
we'll
get there.
it rain. Making it rain on YouTube, baby. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Lily. Is she still there? She listening to our foolishness? Our tomfoolery?
Lily, babe? Now she must do it in the other room.
She's good. Smart girl. Smart. Start hearing that phone. I'm out of here. I'm listening to that crap. Jeez.
All right.
So, where the heck were we? We always do this. We derail. What we were doing.
I haven't taken my focus attention today, so I'm derailed in the first 2 minutes.
Oh.
Daz is in the chat. Says, "Oi there, folks."
Hey,
Brother Daz in the chat.
I cannot see the chat, unfortunately.
Oh,
I don't have the means to.
If you guys haven't seen my Arjack Rock Fist, my Arjack Rock Fist is based on my brother Daz. There in the chat there. So
what's up, Daz?
Definitely, if you're watching the archive, there'll be a link like somewhere here or so with brother Daz as Arjack. I want to do some more of those. Customize, some more of my Space Wolf heroes on some of my bros. So, hobby updates. What y'all working on this week? What you guys got coming? Work in progress? What you guys finished? What you guys got going on for the future?
I finished my Sacristan War Shrine, which I put up on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot. And working on my entry for Nova Open, which is not much to look at here. I mean, there's several pieces in different kind of categories all scattered around here. But right now it's just the exoskeleton, which I'm going to get onto that Night Titan. Now, I never entered a competition because I always wuss out at the last minute until Vince Venturella told Corbin and Ian to go in, that if I don't enter this year, to go into my cabinet and steal my stuff.
I hate to hit you with your own medicine, bro, but you are at this point required to enter because one of the pieces of advice you give on your channel is to paint boldly. You can't miss out if you're painting boldly.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, I learned that from Matt DiPietro. I took a class with him too. Yeah, he does the cover art for War Mahords. Well, he did anyway. So good guy, really good guy.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, super inspirational. See, everything I say I gain from really inspirational people. Like sometimes in my classroom I say, "What's up, beautiful people? I can't steal that. That's somebody else's, but I'm just going to let you know you are all beautiful." Especially those people who are feeling down. I try to encourage them. But that line's a good one. Love it. So,
when I started saying that, I started saying that when Freak and I were talking, and the way I tend to talk to people in public came up during a discussion. And my wife would phrase it that I have a flirtatious personality, but I'd like to say that I'm just being friendly, right? And I just like to talk to people a certain way. Hi, babe. I see you're back.
He did it today. I was on the phone with him, and he was. I guess he was getting gas or something. He goes, "Okay, take care there, beautiful." Who's beautiful? You're talking to me, right? It was me you're talking. No. What?
Anyways, so we were in public, and that happened, and he said, "How do you get away with that all the time? Somebody would have called the police on me by now." And I said, "Well, I don't mean it in a creepy, I'm leering at people kind of way. I just feel like not enough people hear that they're beautiful." So, and I said, really, I just find a lot of beauty in people. And so anyways, after that, we were talking and the phrase beautiful people came up more and more. And then the next time we filmed the show, there it was.
It was such a popular term that Marilyn Manson came out with a song for it.
he may not quite mean it the same way.
Oh, my bad.
He probably mean it the same way that but it would come out from me, even though my intentions are totally, completely innocent, but it would just be heard, I'm a creeper and I deserve to be tased, beaten, thrown in jail, and then beaten some more. That's my rule.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. We'll tase you.
Stop resisting. Right? I mean, it's like, sir, if you don't stop, we'll tase you while they're tasing me.
What? Okay, so we have some amazing people in the chat. My boy Darian is in the chat. What's up, bud? Good to see you.
What's going on, man?
And we also have Aaron Painting from Denmark, which is awesome. I love Aaron's channel.
Holy cow! What is happening?
I know, that's amazing.
Man.
I really enjoyed your last night, Aaron.
They really just come to see miniature paintbrush. They're not really here to see us.
No. You're the stars. I'm such a fanboy. I actually had to have the shirt out, and I'm too heavy to fit in it. So I'm working towards that. I'm a rolling.
It looks in the blue.
Like you said, freak. Round is a shape.
It is a shape.
That's where I'm at.
By golly, weird shape. Oh. Be proud.
Yeah, you have a low rolling resistance too.
Right. Air just goes around us. We're so aerodynamic, you know.
Absolutely. I went too long on that one.
They're going to design vehicles after us. Airplanes. Oh, just every time we put them in the wind tunnel, air just goes around them. Just amazing.
We're doing well, Darian. We're just being goobers today, as you can see.
Oh yeah.
And we're all I'm cutting loose on Earl Grey tonight, so this is just us being us.
Strong stuff there, bro.
Oh wow.
I know, right? I'm gonna have to start cutting myself off here in a little bit. Corbin, what's your hobby progress, my brother?
Well, let me put this paintbrush down. I'll show you. So a couple things that I have finished in the last couple weeks. Got my Primarnius Calgar finished. Let's see if I can get him in focus there.
Awesome.
Yeah, so got him done. Really happy with how he came out. I did change the posing on that, so yeah, pretty excited about that. I also started on some Kill Team terrain because I needed a palette cleanser, and edge highlighting was like haunting my dreams. So so I started on some of the terrain, really just beating it up, having a lot of fun using some weathering effects that I hadn't tried before. So I got a little piece done, big piece almost done. So just need some weathering stuff done to it. And then currently, so I'm going to the Nova Open this year, and I'm actually going to be playing in a narrative Age of Sigmar event. So I am working on a 1,500 point Ideneth Deepkin list. So let's see if I can pull some of these guys up. So I've got these eels in progress right now. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, they're almost to the point where I'm going to matte varnish them and then put the metals on. And at that point, they'll basically be done. So getting close.
That's awesome. I really love your Deepkin basing. That coming out of the ocean kind of look is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Corbin did a little tutorial on how he did an amazing coming out of the ocean style of basing for his INF Deepkin over on their Facebook page group. No, it's a group, right? Miniatures Paintbrush Legion. Rob, you want to plug that real quick so you can go see Corbin's amazing tutorial?
Well, yeah, come join us at the Miniatures Paintbrush Legion on Facebook, where we share our projects, hobby progress. We also ask questions, and we try to answer the questions as quickly and as knowledgeably as possible. We're kind of a small group. We got 50 members in there, so it's sort of like family. And once you're in, you're in. You're part of the Legion, you know. So yeah, come join us. Yeah.
Awesome. I haven't posted there in a while because I haven't finished anything in a while. But now that I'm wrapping up a couple of projects, I think I'll be back to posting soon.
Yeah, you stopped batch painting, right?
Yeah. Well, I just finished a batch painting project of 7 once, and I think I'm just going to retire from batch painting anything ever again.
Yeah, I stopped. I quit that. I did some
7 cavalry and 16 Tau infantry at the same time.
See, when a hobby becomes a task or a job, then it's not fun anymore.
Not fun. Yeah.
No, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Oh, Ian, my brother. Ian is in the chat, and man, you can totally hop in on the Google chat if you want to, my brother.
Yeah, just send us the link of. Or to your email. We'll go ahead and get you on there.
Ian.
Al Kirkham says, evening from Florida. How's everyone doing? We're doing pretty well, my brother. We're being a couple of goobers.
Just Mythos.
Dash Rock says, did you just use the phrase cut loose on Earl Grey?
Yes, he did.
Maybe.
It was offensive. Yeah.
Probably. We're offensive people.
That's when my brother just unsubbed.
Oh, no. I occasionally like English breakfast.
Y'all suck. And he's gonna leave. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
My brother's very serious. Whiskey or nothing.
God.
Ian says, I don't know. I already took my pants off. I don't know if it's that kind of stream. It's totally that kind of stream. That's why people come to the show.
Pretty much. Yep. Because NSA is listening anyway.
That's also why people come to our Chip and Dale show.
Do you have a bow tie, Ian? Do you
have... Mythos, the crowd's calling, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this.
Now all we need.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Take over the chat for a second.
Okay. I hate when he does that. Take over the chat, and then I'm like, okay, I'm here, just looking at the camera. What's up, guys?
What we need now is the Jurassic Park theme song.
Corbin, I can do that.
Like that? Corbin's a musician too. Can you play that on the guitar?
No.
You have a jam session.
Right.
There it is.
That was so.
Rock out in that air guitar. Like the noise marine back there. You went Sylvester on me.
Right. So you guys don't. If you guys don't know the story, if you're watching here, so basically what it is I play at my local church, and they were the pastor, the preacher, whatever. He goes, it's the closing statements and all that, and it's almost like really calm, really smooth, really sweet. And so I go up as a piano player, and I kind of play behind him, and I'll usually ad lib whatever and add some stuff. Well, unconsciously, I started playing something, and I keep my phone up by the keyboard, and because we have a group chat and we all, kind of watch what's going on, and I can pretty much play and watch at the same time. I could do it, like I said, I'm a pretty decent musician, and all of a sudden, one of my buddies, matter of fact, the drummer, and he's the pastor's son, says, "Is he really playing the Jurassic Park theme song?" Oh. And then I looked down, and I started. I did this.
That's the best story ever.
I said, yes, I am. And I just went for it. I mean, it was just, and boy, I tell you what, everybody's like, oh, this is so beautiful. And the people who have seen the movie, they were like, my daughter was like, oh my God.
I love that story.
So then I was like, I started switching it, and all of a sudden, hey, play this. And so I switched to the Rocky theme song, you know. Do, 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 do. Pastor had no idea what was going on. And if he's seeing this, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It was really funny, and it was cool. So.
That's awesome. Hey man, you'd fit right in. You'd fit right in at our church. We've played both of those on purpose before.
It was great, man. I mean, it was like almost karaoke night. You know, it's like there was like, hey, play this. There was somebody was saying, hey, play Faithfully from Journey.
People start using your text chat as like requesting songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Freebird.
Yeah. The pastor looked over at one time like, we're playing. And the guys are rolling, they're dying, man. And it's like, so yeah, that was a moment.
That's amazing.
And oh yeah. I mean, look, here's the thing. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And one thing you never do is you never piss off the sound guy.
It's
Here's
so
another
true.
story.
It's
Yes.
so true.
So yeah. So what happened? This was a totally different church. At the time, my worship arts leader, right? He did this bonehead move, right? There was a bad key in the keyboard, and instead of taking it to the shop, he decided he was going to disassemble it and try to fix it himself. He's not technical at all. And so this cat, when I get there, he didn't even tell me. He had this whole thing torn apart. I mean, just keys everywhere. And it was the old Cork M1, right? This big old monstrosity. And you can't put that thing back together. It's like a puzzle. Man, I get there. I'm so mad. Like, what the heck am I going to play on? Well, you have a keyboard? Yeah. I got a Casio at my house. So, but it was a decent Casio. So I run out to my house and I get that stupid thing, right? No lie. So same thing, right? The pastor's got the altar call. You know, I'm just flowing, just praying, playing all pretty. The only thing is that Casio has buttons on it.
Yes, the preset buttons.
Yeah, not just the preset buttons. All of a sudden, in the middle of a really, really beautiful piece I'm putting together, you hear
yes, the drummer beat.
The drum beat kick, man. And I'm like, and all of a sudden, you know, everybody looked at me, and I like lightning. I looked at the sound guy. Everybody looked at the sound guy. And the sound guy happened to be one of my best friends at the time. So he was like, I wondered why we kind of fell off, but you know, he was like,
yeah, I was about to say not anymore, huh?
He was like, you dirt bag. I said, bro, I'm sorry, man. That was just instinct. I just went straight sound guy.
Who else thought would it be?
Everybody thought that the sound guy was the one that put them. so yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, you can't take freak anywhere. Oh, it's bad. Welcome back, Mythos. Sorry, man.
It's all great.
Take over me. Jeez.
I asked you to take over. Ian says he loves bow ties, but the beard hides them. Al Kirk says you guys are making my day.
It's so true.
It's like, could you imagine? He's out there dancing. Manager's like, "Where's your bow tie?" right here. Put your back down.
The beard flash.
Yeah. Turns around.
See, it's funny because you lifting the beard is the same. It's funny because you lifting the beard is almost the same motion people make for Mardi Gras and lifting up something else for beads.
And I guarantee you, if we go meet those, if we do a triple on that, he would get all the money. They would be making it rain on Ian. I love
hail. Or hail.
Yeah.
So Brother Thomas is in the chat. He says, "Hey guys, how's it going?" Ian says he worked at a club as a DJ. One thing they did was bury all the levels on the equalizer after they finished their show. So if you didn't know how to make the system sound good, you were done. Dark Light says, "Hey guys." Atomic Dog Scale Model Freak says, "Sorry guys, I'm late. Had to order pizza for the fam."
No, it's all good, baby.
But Ian says his stage name was Delicious.
Yes.
I got to go get my weekly dose of Delicious.
We got to take it. We got to take it to the road. We've got to take it on the road. That's it. Ian.
People are paying us to stop dancing all around the country.
All around the country. Please stop. Please. Our audience is probably like anywhere from 80 to 110. Please. Oh God. Stop.
You can tell which, where our party's at, because you'll hear groupies calling, "Why don't you put a shirt on?"
Or mass hurling, people throwing up. Yeah, it's typically what happens.
Brother Brian says, "I jumped in this time to see Freak dancing. Good grief." See? He's one of the people that pay us to stop dancing. We got a customer right here.
Right there. Hey, we'll start a Patreon just for you, man. Just for you, so you can pay us to stop dancing.
He'd be throwing $50.
Right, aiming it right at my head.
Freak, did you see the show tonight? They were using slingshots. They really want us to get this money.
Right. I'm like, Mythos, man, I don't know. That didn't work out too well because I got one stuck right in the. Never mind.
All right. Derailed again. Freak, what are you working on this week, brother?
Sorry. So.
I can't. I'm sorry. I'm having too much fun.
We have such vivid imaginations. I mean, and the thing is, every time we get together, we talk. Here's the thing. This is probably the loosest we've ever gotten in a long time, especially on the stream, because this is our typical conversation where we're on, when we're on the phone call, we're driving, go to work, whatever. And this is how it just tends to get worse and worse. So we got to be careful.
Like the family, that's why.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is.
Exactly.
You've got a new variable in the mix.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So basically, I'm still plowing away on these aggressors, and it's just one aggressor left, and the salamander. So it's just hard to really do any kind of painting, any kind of work during the week.
Did you finish up your apothecary?
Yeah, that apothecary is pretty much done. So he looks actually pretty cool. Let me see if I can. That'll work.
Oh man, that looks good.
It looks awesome.
He's there. I got to take the gloss off a little bit because I think a little too heavy. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So, but yeah, overall, I think he turned out pretty cool. Let me see.
I like the gore coming from the seed itself.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get the. I'm not sure. Yeah. So come on. You can focus, you moron. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, no, he doesn't want to do it. He's being cantankerous. But yeah, so I've seen this on a couple of different videos, and I'll have to send. I'll have to put it on. I'll put it on the group on a Legion here when I'm because I just got to do a little dry brushing work, but it's pretty much done. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. Now I'm kind of working on some of these others. The thing is, what he's got here, he's got several apothecaries, a lieutenant. He's got this really cool librarian, right? That really awesome librarian dude.
Oh yeah,
love the guy. Yeah, this one's going to be. I can't wait to do this one. So I'm gonna have to be careful because it's going to be, of course, blue, green, pauldrons, or whatever. And then you've got these cats, which he did some kit bashing. So you can see half of it is, you know, and it's a really, yeah. Cool. So it's really half of it's the aggressor, and then the other half, I don't know. Yeah, just really crazy looking. And he's got these really awesome helmets that he put on him, you know. So the helmets are cool. And then, of course, you know, he got the little the skins, the salamander skins. You can see there. I don't know, it's hard to see.
I
but
saw
anyway,
that
he's
on
got
the
them on the
back.
front.
That looks super cool.
Yeah. So I gotta do some research and see what's the best way to actually paint that, because I want to make sure it looks, you know, amphibious, if you will, or it's not real amphibious. It's
straight up reptile, bro. Straight up reptile.
Yeah. So, you know, I got to look into that and see. And then this cat, right? So this one, Mythos and I went back and forth. I'm like, okay, why does this guy have a sword? You know, he's an apothecary. Well, apparently, he wanted one. Yeah, I want one.
Baseball one.
Right. So, you know, I even asked him that. I said, look, was this supposed to be like that? I mean, why does your apothecary have a sword? Well, no, I forgot what he called it, but it's a special character that actually has an actual sword. Okay. Well, whatever you say,
man. It's a fourth world character from Salamander.
Yeah. And of course, then he's got a couple of these, what do you call it? Ethos, I'm drawing blank, help.
The Tech Marines?
Yeah, Tech Marines, thank you. Yeah. He's got, I think he's only have this one. Yeah, it's just this one Tech Marine, and the rest were all apothecaries. So we got 1, 2, 3 apothecaries, lieutenant, one, this guy, kind of like a hodgepodge of I don't know what. So, and that's it. I mean, I'm pretty much. Oh wait, no.
Is that one guy supposed to be a Gravis captain?
I think so. I really think so. Now this one is actually pretty crazy. Now, see, this one's pretty wild.
I mean,
I think so, and it just looks absolutely freaking nuts. This one I can't wait to. I'm really looking forward to painting this. Yeah. You know, cool. I'm going to do some force effect.
Is that the
light?
Is that the Chaplain model as the base?
I think it is. This looks like Chaplain Emo. Yeah, it does, Mythos. Look.
No, not enough skulls to be Chaplain Emo, brother.
Well, not enough skulls. He changed his head. He changed his helmet. I think that is Chaplain Emo.
No, Chaplain Emo had skulls all the way down, 2 sets of along the chest. Remember?
You're right. Yeah. So this is his cousin. This is his retarded cousin.
That's
so
sick.
So this is pretty cool though. This will be a lot of fun to put together. But like, yeah, he's got. Let me see. That was okay. That was the only thing. So, but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to getting all this caught up, because I really want to start working on some of my stuff. I've got I've got the Wolf King already, but Mythos and I have been talking about this, and we played a game last Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, right? And I just don't like his wolfing. I think his wolfing sucks. So with my complete distaste of his wolfing, I'm figuring, you know what? I'm going to go get my aggressors and the rest of their brothers, and I'll come back and we'll beat up on your wolfing. So, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to order like 40 aggressors and just go at it, just annihilate stupid wolfing. And he goes, bro, why don't you just paint your lieutenant? Like,
because he was doing that, and he's like, if I shoot with 30 something shots from my aggressors. Likelihood is that 18 or maybe a few more are going to hit, and then wounding is where I really struggle. And I'm like, bro, your problem is just trying to that strength 4 bolter trying to wound with, so you can increase your chances of wounding with it if you put your lieutenant together. Finally, he's like, yeah, I'm going to put my lieutenant together.
Yeah, and I said, and after that, I'm going to go ahead and call Dorn so he can come in and kick your door down and punch you right in the neck. Because that's what Dorn would do.
A little bit of excitement. Tell us what got him onto what got you onto the luck conversation today. You had to pick something up for me.
I freaking hate you.
You love me.
So, all right. I've got one of those Ring doorbells. And, I'm at work. I'm like, it sounds like one of those alerts when somebody's going into a convenience store, right? And so it goes off, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? Nobody comes to my door. And I look at it, and there's FedEx. So I was like, yeah, can I help you? And he goes, yeah, I got a package here, but it needs a signature. I was like, well, I can't sign for it. All right, well, it'll be at the Walgreens, up the road. Like, what?
I didn't even know they could do that.
Well, I didn't. Well, I kind of did because they do. I saw a sign a long time ago, but anyway, so I'm like, what the heck? All right, fine, whatever. I don't remember ordering something. I said maybe my wife did. I don't know. Something's weird. And so as soon as I get home, I left the car running, went to the front door, got the little tag thing, the door tag. I jump in the car, drive off to to the Walgreens. I get in there, and I say, hey, I've got this door tag. There's supposed to be a package. And she looks at it, gives it back to me. She goes, what's the name? I tell her my last name. She goes off, comes back like 5 minutes later. Yeah, you don't have anything here. I said, lady, I have a door tag that says after 5 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock now. Somebody's lying. And she gets her manager, and her manager looks at her as well. Did you use the tracking number? She goes, no. Go to Walgreens. So the lady goes back, and as she's walking back, she takes my tag. I said, look, I tell you what, why don't you take my ID? That way you can see if that's the address or my name on, and if it's not, don't waste your time. Oh, okay, great. And I started thinking, wait a minute. If by chance you see the name Mythos, kind of like spelled like method, but with an S, bring that out. So I waited, and about 2 minutes later, here she's coming. It was a huge box. I'm like, what the heck is that? And she goes, yep, it's your buddies. Really? Really? What? So she's carrying this big old box on her shoulder, right? I'm like, you gotta be freaking. I pick up the phone. Mythos, what the heck are you doing? What is this? What are you delivering? Are you paraphernalia? And he's like, bro, yeah, I won that off of, the devil. What is it, Mythos?
Devil's Brush Gaming.
Yeah, Satan sent him some goodies, because he sold his soul for good luck. Yeah, and so I'm just going off. I'm just flipping out.
Disclaimer: our brothers over at Devil's Brush Gaming are not actually the devil.
They're not the devil. They're good folks. But I'm thinking, gosh, dog it. Mythos has the same luck as Nick Beer does. Win stuff all the daggone time.
I heard he won the traditional box.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Again, guys, and he already won something from us. I'm like, how?
He is lucky.
I'm telling you, he really is. So I'm like, dadgummit, I said, between him and Mythos, these guys are ridiculous. I'm like, how is it? And Mythos like, well, you can't win something if you don't enter. You don't understand. It's not how it works for me. I'm the kid I'm like that little scrawny kid that gets on the train last in the Polar Express, right? That's me. It never really works out for me, right? And I'm the one that I'll win. By golly, I guarantee you I'll win. But guarantee you that plane will go down with my package. No doubt about it. Like in flames. Everybody else makes it okay. They survive. But my package burned to the freaking crisp before it hit the water.
I'm the same way. I never win anything.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm the kind of guy that, I'll do multiple entries. Right? I try to play the numbers. No, they'll write me letters. Please stop. Oh yeah, yeah. So that's the reason why I don't enter stuff because I'm okay with that. So anyway, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I never won an award, and that's why I want to enter the painting competition. Will be my first, because in the '90s they didn't have participation awards. You had to earn that stuff.
Oh,
It's true. You had to work hard for it. So I fall short my entire life, which is funny because I'm 6'3". But nope, never get it. Like so, once I got 4th place, and I just I want to end it all now. 4th place. I've tried so hard. Oh my gosh, never mind.
I'm the same, Brother Rob. No participation trophies. I grew up in military school, so there wasn't even dodgeball. They called it battle ball, right? The aim was to fling the ball as hard as you could at each other.
My eye!
You'll have another one.
I left the gym with more than a few welts and lumps. And so my dad was a drill sergeant on the same base. And he would sometimes take his lunch break to come to my gym class. So that way he could tell we had this pretty little lieutenant as my elementary school gym teacher. And he went ahead and decided to tell her that, when he would refer to me in conversation with this lieutenant, referred to me as Bubble Butt. And for the rest of my 5th grade year, all the girls in my class, including the pretty lieutenant lady, all called me very lovingly and affectionately Bubble Butt.
Aww.
So
it could have been worse.
And the rap song was later made.
You could have been called Extended Back. That would be bad. Going out.
Or Head and Shoulders. That'd have been me.
Oh,
so.
there you go.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's bad enough when the kids do it, but man, I ain't going there.
Wow.
So.
Some of them kids never grow up.
True.
This is so true.
Yeah.
So true. So freaking true.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
They closed down.
Oh.
They did. It's so sad.
Yeah, they did.
My childhood. Okay, so
quick,
Archer says Bray. Real quick,
hold on.
Archer says Bray Mantle. I think he was answering your question on that Forge World character's name.
What was it?
Bray Mantle.
Bray Mantle. Is that what that is?
I guess. Al Kirkham says looking. Ian says no one likes Wolfen except Rob. Rob loves those models. Me too. Malaga War Game says good morning from Spain. And Darklight Dreamer says, I must have all the luck in the family because he can't even win with the scratch off. Aww.
It's true.
You're lucky to me, Razzie. Archer says, yeah, the apothecary guy.
Yeah, okay, cool. So it's Braille Man. Got it. It's good for the blind people. So real quick, no, I wanted to mention something because I know Rob kind of showed some of his night. Rob, the shoulder pads on your night. Did you do those? Did you sketch those?
Yeah, I drew them up.
Holy!
I actually took like 5 different references, one for the teeth, one for the tongue, another one for the fur. And I was thinking of ideas, and I have a whole sketchbook of missed sketches till I got one that I was happy with. And I drew it on the shoulder pauldron. And since I took that class with CK Studios with Vince Ventuola, he showed me how to overcome my fear of freehand. He literally took a blob of paint on my I was painting this carapace for about 4 hours, and he blobbed it right on the carapace. And I was like, bro. And he said, no, look. And he switches it around. And it's like, it looks like bone, doesn't it? Now you finish the rest of it. And ever since then, I've been freehanded. I've freehanded a coat, a cape for my Celestial Vindicators, my Stormcast Eternals, and this Hammer Hands. And then I started doing the shoulder pauldron. And when I first started it, it looked like the World Eaters logo. Like, it was like, that is not right. So then I kept on working it, and I painted over something I've already painted just to get the look that I did for that shoulder pauldron. But I'm really trying to push myself with this model so I can really come home with a medal or something at Nova Open. That'll be my
if you don't win something with that bad boy, then you know what? They suck. Okay, I mean, I was like, are those stencils? No, that stuff is drawn on that, you know. And then I noticed your sketchbook, you know, that was like right next to one of your with the pauldrons. Like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. And I had realized, like, I don't remember you ever saying that you used to sketch. And now that you're saying that, well, you kind of picked that up here recently, well, that's actually pretty cool. Because honestly, I am scared to death. I draw stick figures, man, and those suck.
Well,
so
when I was a kid, my father, well, we didn't have too much on the way of entertainment. We didn't have much of anything, to be honest with you. And he used to get the Sunday paper, and there was a Sunday comic book. So you had the Peanuts and Beetle Bailey and what have you. So all I had was paper, a pencil. So I tried to draw everything I possibly could, and it came out messed up and all discombobulated, the wrong angles and stuff like that. One eye is not level with the other, and then, you know, but after a couple of years of doing it, I can draw a pretty decent Snoopy, you know, and other things like that. But then I branched out. Then I met other people who used to draw, and there was this one guy, man, my childhood. He used to have a sketchbook of all kind of like a war against angels versus demons, and he had his own original artwork, and it was freaking epic. And ever since then, I said, oh man, I wish I can draw like that. And he's like, I'll show you. And he showed me a couple of things. So I could draw decent, I guess. Okay, I'm no artist. I knew one of my friends. He was a comic book artist. He passed away though. He used to be excellent. He said my drawings stank wombat juice. And I never knew what that meant, but it was pretty bad. But he was encouraging. I know. He was encouraging me to push forward. That was his way of like that tough love. Like, keep going. You gotta work on this. Don't be happy where you are. Push yourself to the next level.
Right. Don't settle. Yeah.
Right. So then I just kept on working it, and then I haven't drawn for a while. But all those, it's like riding a bike. That instinct. Once you have an eye for something, you can't get rid of that eye for something. It's like photography. Once you get the angles and the picture and the symmetry and the colors and the lines, once you see it once, you can't unsee it. So, you know, with drawing, I've been on and off with it. So I can draw, and I told Vince, I can draw this stuff. He says, well, then take the drawing that you draw it first on paper a couple of times so you can get used to it, get that muscle memory, draw it on the night itself, and then don't be afraid to color by number. You have to color it like as if it were a feature that was already on there. What I mean is, like, if there's a shoulder pauldron, you don't go outside of the lines. Well, don't go outside the lines of your drawing. So basically, play around with that. Wet blend, because you know what? When you're wet blending, you can always go back and wet blend some more right over it, and don't be afraid to paint over your work. And all those concepts that I got from CK Studios from that class with Vince, we had 16 hours of painting, 2 days, And I learned so much from that class. And I really encourage anybody who's afraid of tackling or taking your painting to the next level. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm just taking my personal experience. Caleb Wisenbach is in there. Kat Jackson. Sam Lentz is one of their painters. Vince Ventura.
I'm such a Sam Lentz fanboy.
Yeah, he teaches for CK Studios as well. So he goes on tour, and they go around the country and even around the world. Vince is in the UK right now, and he's teaching people how to do like big monsters and things like that. So it's pretty amazing. And I have a Nagash that I have to paint up. I don't know if I'll take another class because it was just an experience. It just pushed myself to that next level. So yeah, I sketched and I knew how to sketch, but I didn't know how to paint that sketching. And that just, it was a breakthrough. And ever since then, I can't stop freehanding from being intimidated from doing so.
That's pretty awesome, because that's one of my biggest fears. Because I when I was a kid, I used to draw little cartoons, but I wasn't good at it. I used to. It was just again, I just really, I guess I've really never learned a good technique of any kind. So, but I don't know. Maybe I just need to try to find a way to kind of get past that, because I'm serious. I just know the moment I start to draw something on any of these miniatures, I'm just going to jack it up, and I'm too hard on myself, especially since I work so hard on a miniature. You feel like you put your whole soul into that, right? All the time. And then when you go over there and you muck it up on something that you don't feel comfortable with, it's like you just want to gouge your eye out,
Yeah. Well, let me show as a reference what we're talking about. If anybody hasn't seen it, I have the shoulder pauldron that I did over here. You can see it. Maybe I should shut the light off. You can see it a little better there. And yeah, that's that shoulder right there. And here's the camera I've been working on. This is my first piece of freehand that I've ever done. So
epic.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
So yeah, just breaking free of that. But here's the thing: if you feel uncomfortable tackling something different on something that you've worked so hard on, try when you're doing infantry. That 15th character that you're doing, the 15th infantryman that you're doing, give him a tattoo. What's it gonna hurt? It's the 15th one. Nobody's gonna notice it. And if you botched it up, make it battle damage. It doesn't even matter at that point.
Yeah, or dunk it. Yeah.
Try small, overcome your fear, because you can never get better at a thing you're not practicing.
Oh man, that's just a small area though. But yeah, you're right, man. You're absolutely right.
There's so much wisdom in that statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm so glad we had him on the show, Mythos.
Oh, Corbin, they're talking about you again.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, really. There's a lot that goes to it. Again, it's the fear of the unknown, fear of what if I really screw it up, and that's kind of thing. Especially, which was the whole fear. What I didn't want to even get into, hobbying at all. I was kind of just thrust into it when I started playing, because I really wanted to play. I'm like, okay, I really like the Imperial Fist. I like the way they look. I think they look cool. And then I watched this video on how this one guy did his Imperial Fist. Okay, I think I could do that. And so, the painting and the color palette, and I was able to kind of progress from there. I evolved with that. But man, I feel like actually drawing, like literally sketching something, that's a total different realm, because you're not painting something. You're creating the object. You're not painting on the object. You're creating it. Then you're going to paint it. Like, whoa, that's pretty deep. So
create it on a piece of paper first. Make your mistakes there until you feel comfortable with it.
Practice on some fur.
Oh no, he has a class. We're talking about our homie Banshee, which is Alfonso Gilderez, and he has a class at the Nova Open now. I think it's his color theory class. I think is it going for $500, something like that. And I think it's sold out. and I think it's sold out. And then he's doing other classes too at $100, $200. I think anonymous bust class where he takes a bust and you paint it from start to finish, and you just learn a lot of wet blending, a lot of techniques that he uses, and he definitely has a different style of painting, like none other. Well, actually, I learned some things from the class there. One, I was looking at miniatures. Now that's a you would think, okay, you're looking at a miniature. What are you talking about, Rob? There, but when I look at a miniature, I don't just simply, I look at the whole picture and I take it all in and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And then I unpack it. Like I reverse engineer it. Okay, so what did he do for the metals? Oh, he used this color, he used that color. Why? And here's even the next level. After you've done that and unpacked all the techniques and see all the techniques, then you ask yourself, why did he use the shadow there? Oh, because it's going to make the face pop out more. And why did he choose this color for a shadow instead of that color? What was the choices in the colors, and what is he trying to convey, and what story is he trying to convey with each miniature? And this is just so profound that I'm just ogling models for 10, 20 minutes, just staring at models and unpacking everything and just saying, wow, what a piece, because of these 20 reasons that I just came up with. And can I emulate those things? Can I emulate them, but add my own flavor and my own style to it to make it my own? And that, I think that's what we do as artists. We kind of look at something beautiful, we try to recreate it, but we make it our own at the same time.
Well, it's funny, Corbin, musicians, that's the exact thing that we do. Yep. It's like we listen to a piece, whatever it is, and it's like, okay, you know what, I want to recreate it, but when it comes out, it's going to come out something, it's going to sound similar, but it's going to have your flavor, it's going to have your style. So that's the same thing. So
yeah, and I think part of that too can speak to us as artists, right? As people who are painting things. It's a lot of people get caught up on, is this the right formula? Is this going to turn out to be that certain way? Like, I want it to look exactly like that. And I've been guilty of this before too, and then you go like, well, maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to have my own distinct flair to it, So I think that's part of the magic of painting and being an individual who paints. It's, you have your own distinct style, and trying to copy or mimic something exactly can actually take away from the final product in a lot of ways. Like, so just be yourself through your painting.
Yeah. I mean, having poetic license is one thing. It's just, again, getting past that initial fear of screwing up. But what Rob said is that, you won't know really how good you can be unless you actually screw up a lot. Yeah. So, yeah. That's
how to ride a bike unless you fall a couple of times.
That's true, man. That's true. That definitely preaches right there. So,
and you guys have such great artistic personalities. My awesome fam loves to remind me, lovingly, of course, that one of my greatest weaknesses is Mythos must immediately be good at something, or else he's not into it. He's not having a good time if he's not immediately good at it. And that is definitely one of my biggest failings in life. Definitely.
So I actually suffer from the same thing. Back when I was in, I guess it was when I first started taking piano lessons, actually, back in high school. Every time I would make a mistake in a piece, I would stop. Every time. And one day my teacher was just like, one day my teacher was like, okay, you got to cut this out, because if you stop every time you make a mistake, then you're never actually going to get a finished product, right? Like, you're never going to get through the piece, and you're never going to be able to play this in front of people. And it's kind of the same thing. Like, if you're so held up by the mistakes that you make on a miniature that you never actually finish it, then what are you even doing, right?
Right. Yeah, that's a very, very good point.
And we will definitely be there forever if we keep going on with that, because I've definitely had plenty of time and on some of my projects stressing over the same thing over and over again.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I don't know. I've felt this way too with miniature painting, because you spend so much time and effort and money on these things, and you're like, well, I got to get right. I've invested all this into it, and I want to make sure it's like the best that I can do. When sometimes, like Rob always says this, it's a journey. Painting's a journey, and you can actually look and see how much better you get through the models that you finish.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's really true.
I never go and repaint models.
Yeah, I thought of that, and Mythos keeps telling me the same thing. He said, "Dude, if you do that, you won't know how far you've come." Like, yeah, okay, that's true. That really is.
Says the guy who just stripped and repainted all of his cavalry and Logan Grimnar. Corbin, your example with the piano, stopping and starting and stopping and starting. Yeah. Darklight Dreamer, he's my brother, and he does Let's Plays on YouTube, and he says that he does the same thing when he's making YouTube videos with his commentary and stuff like that. And I've actually heard him. He used to record. We used to live together, and he used to record after everybody went to get to bed. But sometimes I would hear him do his intro over and over again, sometimes for 20 minutes or more, because he has that, if it's not perfect, start over and do it again.
Yep. So, and I think like a lot of things, the confidence for that comes with practice too.
Right.
And so, hey, the more time you're painting, the more time you're practicing, the better you're going to get, and the more often that you're going to be able to actually make it through that song, the first time. What I'm talking about? You're going to be able to make it through using that new technique that you learned and you've used on 10 different models now, and you're finally getting the hang of it. Like, I've been trying to find ways to practice glazing as a technique, and I'm on like probably 10 models in now of just trying this in different places, and I'm just starting to get the hang of it. And it's like it doesn't always come natural, but practice makes perfect. So
I think the biggest struggle is that we have a tendency to compare our greatest weakness to someone's greatest strength. And that's always been my struggle for sure. One of my favorite painters is this guy from By Painted, and it puts Mythos to sleep, but I love his technique. And I'm like oogling over this work. I'm like, gosh, he just makes it look so easy. And I want to get there so fast. But of course, experience is a limitation. It's not the limiter. It's not the final, but it definitely limits you to that at that point. But of course, the more you progress, you get better. But man, it's like, man, you just want to make your stuff look so awesome like that guy. And it's like, I don't know if I could do it, because how could you hold a candle to that? But then again, you're talking about somebody who does this for a living, like, okay.
Just like I wish I could one day get my Space Wolves to look as this guy's on YouTube that I really enjoy. This guy, the Miniatures Paintbrush. This guy's got these amazing looking Space Wolves, and I'll never get up to that level, but I'm going to keep trying.
Right? I can't wait. We need to get that guy on.
You need to come over here and actually look at them. If you look at, I have one of my infantry guys looks like Elvis, man.
Oh, awesome!
Exactly. He's usually the first blood claw to die. Like I don't like the way he came out. I absolutely.
Elvis has left the building.
Elvis always leaves the table first.
Yes, I mean, Corbin can contest to it. He's usually the one who leaves the table
and
first.
Every single time I do the as he leaves. Yeah. Right. So,
that's interesting, because I do the same thing. So let's all weigh in. you guys in the chat too. Do you guys, if you are taking wounds off of a squad, is it always the worst looking model that dies first?
Every single time. Well, maybe not the worst looking, but the one I like the least.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, you're
there. You go.
You're so gone.
Like, once I had these two dreadnoughts with the exact same setup, and one was only half painted and the other one wasn't. So the one good looking one died, and I'm like, man, can I just switch this out for the other one on the table? This one looks good.
So when I did those blood claws, I wanted to learn non-metallic metal gold. So what I did was the shoulder pauldrons, the kneecaps, all the accents that were gold were non-metallic metal gold. And it looked like mustard half the time, and it looks like peanut butter the other half of the time. It was half brown the other time. Some looked burgundy. And then finally, towards the end, I started getting it to look like non-metallic metal gold. And what I challenge everyone to do, if you're in your hobby journey, don't worry about the rest of the miniature as much. Paint them exactly the same way as you would, but focus in on one thing you want to get better at. One thing, and push yourself in that one direction. So if it's freehand and sketching for you, push that one thing, small little tattoo somewhere, something, some iconography, something small, a little skull. Those are pretty easy because they're non-symmetrical. So even if you mess up, you're good. You know, so and then metallic metal gold for the other one. So the entire the miniature, like I look at my blood claws now and I'm like, that's trash. But other people really appreciate it because I've come from there. But every time I look at those blood claws, I said, yeah, I've actually improved. I can tell myself I improved because I learned metallic metal gold with that. And now if I try to approach it, it'll come out a lot better. So
and while you should always While you should always push yourself to paint learning in one direction, you should never push yourself to listen to one direction. Just my personal hobby advice.
It's good life. That's good advice to live by.
One time my mom was driving and then One Direction came out on the radio. He said, and my nephew said, "Oh, it's One Direction," and my mom was like, "This is a two-way street." Oh my gosh, I was crying. We were talking about the music, Mom, the music.
Story of my life.
I'd take her home. Just drive all night.
Keep you warm, man.
Yeah.
Although we should make too much fun of the music of Corbin's generation.
Yeah. Hashtag not my music.
So we've been talking and we've been getting some amazing advice. We actually, and he's gonna disagree with us again right here in just a few seconds. But we actually invited Rob on the show tonight as our artistic expert because we look at his work and we think of him as an expert. He did a great segment on Crystal Brush the other day. And Freak, if I don't know where you are in your hobby, if you can afford to take over the screen for a minute, we'd like to pull up some of the entries and talk a little bit about Crystal Brush.
Let me get to crystal meth stuff here.
I'm just the dude that paints. I'm no expert.
Look, he puts his pants on one leg at a time, just like the rest of them.
That's right.
After that, he makes gold miniatures.
You know what I want, right? I tried to jump in my pants just so I could prove that theory wrong, and I fell. Rob, what you doing upstairs? Nothing. Are you still doing nothing upstairs, Rob? Yeah. I was wondering why it didn't work. I had sore knees by the end of that day. I was like, thump.
Mythos, did you send me the link?
Did I send?
Oh, that was on the. Help me, Eric. Help me. Where did we find that at?
All right.
Cool mini or not?
You talk to people for a second.
Okay, you're okay. Send me a link. So anyway, let me go back to the Google Hangouts here. Right. What? Okay, this is not talking. Yeah, I hate when he does this. He just, all right, you got this. Okay, you know, you were driving the whole time, and you want me to take the steering wheel while we're crazy at 90 miles an hour. Yeah, that always ends well.
I just want to know what it was like the second Google pop up.
Shut up! Shut up! You shut up!
I love you.
Wait, there. Wait, wrong one. Where are you? I hate you.
You cut yourself off. There you. I sent it to you, the link.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
Guys, this is high quality caliber here.
Got this. We are professionals. Do not try this at home. Literally.
Quick opportunity for a plug. When the Miniatures Paintbrush is back to doing live streams, you can go over to their channel and check out much more professional and together live streams than you will find on this channel.
You're talking about another channel? Because we're goobers. We play it by ear. I'm like, oh, what's the screen share again? What's that? Okay.
This is a fair every day.
What was our main topic for tonight?
Yeah, you at least have the links pulled up when you start. We got on 30 minutes early and talked to having no pants for 30 minutes. I don't know what happened.
I mean,
Yep.
Ian, help us out here. Where's the dance?
Oh, he can't help you.
Dang it.
Roxas joined the chat. Roxas says hi. Another brother of mine in the chat. I've got 3 brothers in the chat right now. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
3 local brothers. I mean, all y'all my brothers. But Roxas is in the chat. Thomas says 1 leg at a time. What? And he says oncoming traffic is always fun. Detours and roadblocks. Is this a 2-way street?
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Let me present to everyone. There we go. That's the technical craziness.
There we go. That's the sweet stuff.
All right. All right. Is this those?
Yep, that's it.
Right.
A couple of my favorites that I went through. I was staring at these pictures for a while. Unpacking.
Oh, my. Okay, so see, this one just caught my eye.
Oh, daddy issues. I love it.
Oh, my.
Look at that OSL.
God.
That's
Wow.
Look at the picture on top of the throne. That's
my God.
just beyond.
that is amazing.
I think that's the same artist that did the Nagash about 2 years ago, where I think it was Von Carson was giving up his sword to Nagash on the throne. I think it's the same one. But that OSL, he nailed it. That looks like fire.
That OSL, that freehand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh,
Look. I mean, there's the shadow. That's
from the sword.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
That's some of the best OSL I think I've ever seen. It's just amazing. And the story that it's telling, daddy issues.
Wow.
And it's awesome because the OSL is kind of drowning out some of the other colors, but at the same time, it really enhances the overall visual effect.
Well, like the Nagash from years ago, desaturation was the key, and only focusing on one element, making it really, really pop.
Exactly.
Look, this is incredible.
It is, and you can just keep staring at all the angles, all the details. You can see how you can imagine. And here's where it gets you: how many brush strokes did it take to make that?
Right?
Brother Thomas in the chat says throws brushes in the trash.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Don't compare yourself to this. Because I'll
Oh
throw
my
mine in the trash too.
Oh my gosh, I'm serious. My trash can is only about 3 feet away. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
Rox
yeah.
says, damn. That's amazing.
Yes.
But here's the thing: you take one thing out of this entire piece and say, okay, how can I incorporate one thing out of that whole thing? Whether it's the brocade or OSL lighting or giving a presence when you're creating a miniature or diorama, and just, what are you going to focus on and how are you going to improve your hobby? But I love
Yeah, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I get it. I mean, okay, so oh wow.
If you find Ulrich the Slayer, that's my favorite out of all these that I was looking at before. Yep. That Dr. Doom is amazing.
Is he on here, Mythos?
Yeah, Ulrich was one of the entries this year.
Yeah.
Let me look for him because that's more relative to what we.
It's Ruben Martinez.
Oh wait,
Ulrich.
Wait, hold on.
Hyper.
Hold on. I'm driving, so yeah.
Oh
my God.
Fair enough.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh yeah.
No, I know y'all can't see me, and I'm glad. Just saying.
It's gorgeous. The non-metallic metal on that is insane.
Oh my goodness. No, that doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna see. Yeah.
Can you unlock the shared screen so that way we can focus? Roxas says, "Freak is a simple man. He sees door and he clicks."
It's so true. I'm still clicking. I can't stop. It's like clickbait. Hold on. Yeah, let me unlock. Oh, I'm going to have to unshare. I don't know why. All right, hold on a second. Let's see the entire screen. Okay, go back to it. All right, Mythos. Does that work for you?
Looks like it's staying. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
I don't know what you changed. It worked.
But it works? It's working or no?
Yeah, no, it's working. You're doing good.
All right. Let me find Ulrich.
And then there was a Logan there. I happened to see at one point while you're scrolling.
I saw him. Yeah, I was going to go to them next, but it seems like it just kind of.
The kids one, yeah.
Let's see. Let's just go back to gallery.
By the way,
also, if you didn't see one you want to stop and talk about, stop us. I'm just
yeah, absolutely.
Oh well,
I just kind of pre-peeked at some of these earlier.
Let's see.
That all was amazing. Lots of nice details.
I can't see
it. Is it not?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not locked anymore. It's still bouncing screens. That's weird.
Oh, hold on. Let me lock it then. Give me 1 second. Present to everyone. Okay, how's that? You guys seeing it?
Oh yeah, there it is.
Awesome. Okay, there's Logan.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was
okay.
That was a kid.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad, especially for kids.
That's a kid's one.
Yeah.
That's that's pretty good for.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. So I guess it's age bracket then, yeah.
I think if you look on the top, it'll have the award winners.
Okay.
Top ones. Is it all categories?
Winners. Winners. Here we go. That's what we want.
Yeah. There's Eric. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know why.
Oh.
I don't know why. This was from Ruben Martinez, and I have no idea why he didn't win overall, because that is a gorgeous piece. Him and the Mortarian by Richard Gray. So it's like those two are my best favorites.
Oh, this is my favorite piece of all Crystal Brush. This was amazing.
It look like a model. It looks like a painting.
It does. It looks
it
like
does look like.
It doesn't look like a miniature at all.
Yeah.
Look at that stern face. Look at the colors.
Wow.
There's just so much texture in this.
Oh my gosh, yes. This the fur actually looks like it would feel soft if I touched it.
The fur.
They probably shake.
Fur. Yeah, fur.
My hand off. Oh, fur. Yeah, that is the best Ulrich I've ever seen. Ever.
Yeah.
I just noticed this. Look at this. Okay, go back. Here it is.
Mhm.
Here is the reflection, okay, of the sunlight where he's getting. He's catching the light here, the back. Go. This is unbelievable. I mean, the things that you see. Here's the sunlight reflecting, or whatever light is reflecting. It's reflecting here, and it's reflecting right here, just right past the shadow. This is an amazing play on lighting.
Oh yeah,
that is just at a different level.
And miniature painting is where to put the shadows, where to put that light, and he does it so expertly here. It just looks so realistic. From the fur, getting the dirt on the bottom, conveying that he's been there, done that, and gotten the T-shirt. Yeah. The frayedness at the end, the snow gathering. It just feels so cold. You feel like you're part of that environment. Just really the helm where it has the red insert for the eyes, just the great color that really draws your eyes into it. It's just, there's so much to it. And that face, the focal point is that face, because that face is so.
He is a battle-hardened veteran. He's
absolutely.
The cape amazes me.
I love it.
The cape is also amazing. But that face, that is definitely a face of someone who was already a mentor when the Wolf King took the throne.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Gee.
I look at my Ulrich the Slayer and I'm like, nope. Not now. Not today.
No, I believe this was a 75 millimeter miniature.
Oh,
correct?
it's a larger.
It's a larger miniature.
Yeah.
Oh man,
whatever. Brother Archer says, "Yeah, I paint in crowns compared to that," and then Brother Thomas says, "Mark, we're eating the crowns compared to that."
Oh goodness,
that's so true, Thomas. Trust me,
and I've seen the teeth are paint, so by comparison, that makes me the retarded kid in the corner putting the crown up my nose.
Do I look special? My turn, Nito. It's my turn. Oh God. Oh, this is just not right. It's just, I'm serious. These are people that they're not real people. They are aliens. They are not from Earth. That's just
and there's the Damascus aspirant on the bottom.
Yeah, let's take a look at this cat.
The way he did the fur here, I mean, it shimmers. Look at that.
Good grief.
The color placement alone, those rich greens going into that purple, like really pops. And if you look closely at the face of the elf, it looks like a World of Warcraft because the eyelashes.
It does. It really does.
Oh my God, this does look like a night elf scene. Oh my God. Babe, you would really love this crystal brush winner right here.
Well, here's the thing. This is all scratch.
This crystal brush winner, it's one of the biggest awards in North America for painting competitions. And this one looks just like a night elf. On the Saber Mountain.
It does. It's really pretty.
She is really pretty.
Wow.
I like the...
What were you saying, Rob?
This is scratch built. You can't buy this. He made this. Yeah. He made this, and
I'm pretty sure the Ulrich was as well.
Yeah, this is Sergio Calvo. I mean, follow him. He's on Paint and Putty. This guy is quite amazing.
Wow.
The shiny pelt with the matte paint. Look at if you can see the brush strokes on each one of those hairs of the fur. Like, I can only imagine how long that took.
It looks like fur, like real fur.
Yeah, it does.
Like if I can sculpt a wolf pelt onto a pauldron, I feel like I've really sculpted something. I can't imagine sculpting something like this from scratch.
Yeah, it must have taken forever.
Yeah. That's Sergio.
Forever.
I'd be too intimidated to do something like this. It would really give me pause.
Oh man. Oh man,
I'm sorry, I took the lid off.
Nah, you started something, but if he keeps it up, Lily will shut him down because right, Lily, please.
Roxas says, "Get out, all of you."
Exactly.
All right, I will try to cut it out right now.
Oh Jeez. All right, so let's go back to it. Anything else we gonna look on here?
If you go on the top,
Yep.
there's a drop-down menu there. Towards the top of the gray page right there, on top of the winner. Bella,
Oh, the top of the
no, right? No, lower
gallery.
down. Lower
Oh, right here, this one.
Yeah.
This guy.
That'll
Okay.
give you all the winners for each category.
Oh wow. Okay. So which should we look at, guys?
Let's start with the top one right there.
Single figure or this one here?
Yeah. Work our way down really quickly.
Okay.
There's that Dorn. Come on, the one on the bottom, Perseus. I really love that model. Look at the motion it actually portrays. Like it feels like it's sucking you out of that portal, man.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I love it, and it looks like it's suspended in air. And you look really closely. He painted where it attaches, and it just blends in so well. And then how everything is getting sucked out of the portal, and how he's conveying that I may be dying right now, getting sucked out into space, but I'm taking you with me, buddy. I love the attitude. The metal
is that an Infinity model?
The metal around the ship itself.
That's what I thought, man. Infinity.
Oh yeah.
Is it an Infinity model?
It looks like it. I don't paint Infinity just yet, anyway. But if you look at the entryway, the way it's weathered around there, it seems like this scenario has happened before, and other things got sucked out of that portal. He's not the first to go because it's been scratched and scruffed, and the paint's been chipped off of there. That's been bumped quite a few times. I love it. I love that the sense of motion that gives.
Yeah.
He's not the first guy to be sucked out the airlock.
Oh, there goes John.
Yeah, that situation sucks.
Oh, what have I done?
All the things. You've done all the things.
Yes. We can only blame you. Jeez.
Yeah. In this category, that's my favorite. It's third place, but it's my personal favorite, honestly.
It looks really good. Yeah, it's a very dynamic piece.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, and by unit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Golden Legion. There's the yellow for you, buddy.
Wow. I quit. I freaking quit. I quit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I quit.
See, you mentioned a lot of earth tones in there, that non-metallic metal.
Oh, gosh.
Conveyed the lighting where it's coming from the source, and it's like more of the brownish tones towards the bottom, giving the reflection of earth, and more of the lighter tone from the top, conveying more of the sun. So it's just the way the light transfers there is amazing, absolutely stunning.
Normally, I'm not a huge fan of the version of the fists that are the red and the yellow, but the way it's done here, it's not retina burning, you know?
Right.
It doesn't clash that much here. It doesn't clash at all here.
And he's used green cabling on the back to contrast that. Yeah.
Yep.
Good night, Al. Al Kirkham says it's been great. Good night, all.
Oh, good night, Al.
Oh, I thought you were wishing me good night. I'm like, okay, bye. Screw you guys. I will.
And Archer says those lamenters are mint.
Yeah.
They
really are.
Okay, so this and I just got through finished doing a whole mess of aggressors, and this right here,
well, you got 40 of them coming, so
wow.
I'm gonna go back to painting with crayons and eating wood chips. I don't know. This just does not do me at all. Holy cow.
serves to inspire.
Nomads. Oh man,
That's infinite.
Yeah.
Like the way
interesting. Very similar color palette, just different main color. Use the green as the main color.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Interesting.
Freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
All right, let's move along. And
I like the.
wow.
Wow. I love the card bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, my friend Scott said I should do some Harlequin designs, and I'm like, I don't know, I could, but I don't know any.
Harlequins are definitely 40K hard mode.
Hmm?
Harlequins are definitely 40K hard mode.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's cool. Hey, there's something. Get yourself a Harlequin model and start painting the diamond pattern. Just buy one of them. And that's how you practice your freehand and get over with it. So you don't have to have an army of it. That's hard mode. Jump right in, buddy. Sketch out some diamonds.
It'll be sketched out all right.
It'd be great. Just the right leg.
It's like, where is his leg? I had to cut it off. It went bad. It went really bad. It got so bad I put it in acetone.
Now, my first miniature, I can't say not to do that. My first miniature actually burned. I melted.
What?
I did.
Wow.
I did. I threw it in the fire. I couldn't take it. Yeah, no. I rage quit on that one.
Wow.
That's all work, yeah.
See that would be me. Yeah, that would definitely be.
The 90s. That's the aspirant again.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we saw this one go down here.
Yeah. Yeah. Zola.
Interesting.
I mean, I think this model is good, but I don't know if it was the type of quality of the other models, and that's being really hyper there.
No, it looks great. It's just not as dynamic. That
Right.
where you're looking at, it doesn't really command a presence. I don't know. Go back.
Right. Yeah.
And bust.
Oh yeah, that first one. Oh my gosh, I love this.
Wow.
So
Wow.
This is one of
Look at those
two
eyes.
from Michael Piscari. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, that looks like a vampire. Like Nosferatu, bad but vampire. But the thing is,
Oh, that's hard.
yeah. The first thing that catches me on this one, yes, he's a monster. Yes, he's everything bad in the world, but he's wearing armor, so he's chivalrous. And he's been through so many battles. Look at all the battle scars he's been to.
Yeah.
So I think he's a noble vampire who happens to just, had his face through a meat grinder.
My mind goes the other way because he reminds me kind of the vampire in Skyrim with the armor and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And they're a noble, or they're an elite, like noble-blooded society. But man, they are some messed up people.
Yeah, it just serves a lot of emotion. This one, like the more
I love the green.
The green really
coming up the back there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite color greens too.
I mean, he looks like he just spotted prey. He just spotted something, and he's about to. Oh, somebody just moved.
Some of the best miniatures are the ones that tell a story, and this definitely tells that. Yeah, it conveys it really well.
Oh, man. That is
so you had a bad day. That's this guy right here.
Yep, that's him. He's going down.
Taking one down. But that is gorgeous. I love the blends on this one. That's the takeaway. When I see a picture, instead of getting intimidated, I say, wow, this is what I'm aspiring to get. This is like, even if I get anywhere close to this, then I'm happy.
Feels really working. Oh, man.
I'm telling you, this is the color transitions just on these buckle thingies. I mean, I can't even attempt it. I can't even tell you what that is.
It's non-metallic metal
Now,
gold.
of course, these are busts, so there's bigger surface area.
Sure,
It's not
sure,
like
sure.
trying to do the buckles on, your 32 millimeter.
Yeah, yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
right.
it's phenomenal.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
What's that? Oh, yeah,
Wow.
piece.
Wow.
I really like the skin tones on this one.
Wow. Okay,
Really.
so
Oh yes,
to do
this fairy is my favorite bust. I was looking at this earlier. This
Yeah.
one
to
is
do
amazing.
skin tones like that, because skin is somewhat translucent. It is because it actually allows light to go through it, so you get that kind of luminous look for natural skin, and they've done it on this.
Oh yeah.
This
Oh
is
yeah.
fantastic.
South and
The
left.
skin
of the
looks
belly
amazing.
button.
Blonde hair is incredibly difficult to paint,
Oh yeah.
and that's just done so well. And
Yeah.
of course, the thing that makes this my favorite though is the blend of colors on the wings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I
Yep.
was looking
It's
at.
just so smoothly done.
Wow. But it's textured though. Okay, because butterfly wings are not smooth.
Mhm.
That's
They're tiny
that.
scales.
Yeah, they're little tiny, and that's exactly what it looks like. Looks like there's some texture to that. That is crazy.
Yeah. And you see that the texture is like almost powdery compared to the body and the skin. So yeah.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I'm still in kindergarten compared to this. Holy cow! I mean, you just can't help it. You just
The quality on that fairy is so good. It's like something you would have seen on an old advertisement for EverQuest,
No,
or something like that.
this one I actually like a lot. And it's the Furious R's from Jonathan Hume. And I like it because it's chibi, but the eyes are small and the cheeks are large instead of the eyes being huge with a chibi model. And that stag with the flaming heart reminds me of Stannis Baratheon because I'm reading the Storm of Swords right now. That's a Game of Thrones reference. Sorry, Mythos. I know you had taken the black the other show.
Huh? I like
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones reference from the other show. But I'm giving you another one. I love that show. I do. But yeah, that one's a good one. I particularly like the bronze medal in this category, though. I think that would be my favorite in this chibi category.
really cool. Let's look at the other one. Who that?
Now, that realistic skin tones on a chibi model. I mean, they nailed it with that face right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
In the scene.
I love it because it's got a very anime look to it.
Yeah, I love anime.
I keep thinking of Veigar. Look at this. My League of Legends. That's one of my favorite characters to play.
Tastes like purple.
Now, this one on the bottom, the last
Yeah.
one, my favorite because this one's done by Mr. Vince Venturella. So he won a crystal brush this year. I think it's his
Nice.
first. This is the first ever. And he's entered like 10, 20 models, but this is the one that won. And I like it because it's a pyramid. And you can see like the pyramid shape there from the base straight to the Commissar's head. And how it's that green muted tone bringing life where everything else is muddy and red. And then the blue steel really makes it pop. That non-metallic metal really makes it pop there. He did a great job with it. And that Commissar, he likes to paint female models. So yeah, the female Commissar there, that's cute. It's just there. I love everything about this model.
Here's the thing. Here's something I'm learning about this is that, we get away with putting metallic on our models because, well, that's what belongs on there. But the signature of a true artist is to get that same effect without using metallic paint. That is unbelievable because that's a technique of itself.
This looks great in pictures, but I gotta tell you, I've seen some non-metallic metal work up close on pieces, And if you turn on a certain angle, it doesn't look natural because the light's not going to hit it the same way.
Oh.
I actually prefer a true metallic metal, but painted like a non-metallic metal style. In other words, put shadows in there. Put low lights and highlights in your gold that is metallic metal. And if you have a finely pigmented metal, then I think that looks even better than non-metallic metal. But yeah, doing any armor in any color is a non-metallic metal. You're just telling where the shadows are going to go and how it's going to reflect. It's all a study on light. It really is.
Nice. I think we did. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that non-metallic metal is outrageous. That's the overall.
Yeah.
If you happen to see one for, I can't remember what it's called. But our buddy over at Redbeard Brush won something for his Kill Team board. I don't know what. I don't know what. I think it's a diorama. That's so amazing.
Wow.
See, now I don't think this. I love the piece, but I think Ulrich or Mortarian should have won. And that's
is this winning piece?
Huh?
The overall winning piece.
Yeah, that's the overall winner. I think he won $2,000.
Whoa! Wow, that's good.
Or something like that.
I
love this.
That's sick.
This is beautiful.
Look at his face, looking up at the redemption, looking up at his. Oh
my God!
Look at the 3 arrows. He's dying, and here's the point: he's letting go of his sword. And you know, the warrior's sword is his life. He's letting go of his sword right there, and he's giving himself up to salvation. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
but did you see her front leg that's stepping down?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's becoming a skeleton.
Oh, what?
That's
look.
Oh my God! Wait.
Go to a different angle, like one of the first pictures you were in.
Hang on. Come on, do math. Oh wow! Yeah, there it is.
Check that out.
Because she's touching the earth. She's not supposed to. She's a creature of heaven.
Oh, yeah. That is insane.
There's just so much story to this. I love it. I love it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, and excellently executed. Technically brilliant, but that story, it's awe-inspiring.
I would display this in a case. This is gorgeous. Yeah. This is absolutely beautiful.
Honestly, I would love to hang a picture of this model or diorama in my house.
Yeah.
I agree. Totally agree.
So it's so artistic that a picture of an artwork of the artwork would be amazing.
Yeah. Now this one gold. And this is the category. If I were to enter, this is the category I think that I would go for. It's Cool Mini or not. If you paint their miniatures, I think they have a Game of Thrones game that just came out not too long ago, Song of Fire and Ice, and it's their competition where you have to take their miniatures and do the best you can with their miniatures, which I understand because other miniature companies do it. Like Reaper Miniatures you'll have to pay in Reaper Miniature. Like the Slayer Sword and everything else that you would get from Games Workshop, you have to paint a Game Workshop model, so it's not far off from there. But I think if I was going to enter anything that I'd have somewhat of a shot in anything, maybe like an honorable mention, it would be this category because this is gorgeous piece, but I'm just comparing it to the other pieces. Now I'm getting snobby.
No. Here's the thing. I'll say it. It blends all together. There's nothing that breaks it apart because they're all earth tones for me. So there's nothing that really sticks out for me. So it's all running together. So does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah. And he has a face that looks like he had stale milk.
Yeah, like man, I gotta go get the mail again. Oh.
Freak, it's just your bro Robert is in the chat, says, "What up?" And he says he missed you.
Oh, man. What's going on, buddy? What up? a good guy, man. We work together at the hospital. Yeah, he's good people, man. Real good people. So thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you, bro. We're just checking out some amazing award winners here for this competition. That's just amazing. Let me go to the next one here. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This would be the arena where I'd actually throw my dice in to see if I can get anything.
Yeah, I think you got it. I think I've got a shot with this.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I suddenly feel not so bad. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I mean it's great freehand.
Yeah,
I want. Did we pass up the Mortarian? I really want to see the Mortarian.
Oh yeah, that is.
Let me see. I haven't seen that one yet. Let's see.
Oh, there's a Tyrion.
Yeah, Tywin, right? Or was that Tyrion? No, it's Tyrion.
Oh, Tywin.
No, Tywin's the miniature. I mean, the miniature.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you guys have seen their miniatures up close or not, but they're not nearly as detailed.
No. No, they're like Reaper Bones.
Yeah. So I mean, for what they are, those are pretty decent paint jobs. But
just being a Wolf brother, I do want to get some House Starks.
I would go to the bottom, maybe. What's in the bottom there? Oh, it's the kids.
Oh, yeah, it's the young talent. You want me to look there?
Yeah, no. I was looking for that Mortarian, but I don't see him.
Yeah, where would it be?
Did we go through all of them?
I thought we did. Let me go back to top winners. I thought we did. We see.
Did we get Did we get like the large model ones?
Yeah, maybe.
The large scale? Yeah, I think that was so. Let me go.
We did all the Slayer, but we'll see.
We did. Okay, single unit vehicle. That's the large. Did we miss one?
We'll try. No.
Well, what the heck?
That's weird.
Did he not win anything for that Mortarian?
No, he had to. No, he did. He did win something.
Son of a... Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Did you spill the wash?
Maybe.
That sounds like wash spilled.
Yeah, I've been there.
Oh. All right, Mythos. Did I not print you one?
No, sir.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll get the printing one tonight. Then I'll start it tomorrow.
Restart the clock.
Yeah. Gee. So I printed this little holder. Yeah, I can't find it, guys. I printed this holder that you can actually put your washes. It's got a very wide base, so it keeps it from having to flip over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would help me because every time I spill my wash, it's in the process of me picking it up.
Oh.
You can't fix clumsy, I guess.
I've been trying for years.
Oh my God! Ooh, what is that?
Eric the Red.
That's cool.
You're cool.
Yeah, I think a gold winner for the children's category.
Wow, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
This kid smokes me. Jeez, look at that, man. Excellent diorama. You kidding me?
Oh yeah.
Stone looks like stone. My crap still looks like cork. Let's see. Eric the Red, Valhalla. Ooh. Oh man. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm looking at my night now, and
didn't Vince put a night in?
Oh, look at that! Look at the shoulder pauldron. Yeah, he put in a lot of things in. He won for the chibi. That's all they gave him.
Is that a Michelangelo? Oh, Michelangelo. Oh my gosh.
It is.
You got done. I'm freaking done.
It's people like that who are formally trained artists. They've done. It's not their first rodeo.
Oh, these prodigies, man. This is sick.
Yeah, it is. But that didn't work.
Man.
Can you imagine?
It didn't?
No.
You're kidding me. How could it
It didn't win the
not?
top honors, no. It didn't. No. All
There
the ones
are
that
no
top honors were the pages we got. Those are the first couple of pages. Yeah.
really. There are no decals on that thing, Rob. Look at it. No, not a single decal. This is all hand painted.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I mean, you could trick it out. You could put a decal on one of those things and then paint over
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, you know what? Oh, here's all the categories, but didn't we go through them already?
I thought
Do
so.
the was it the winners though?
Yeah.
Well, I did the winners, and we went through all of them. I couldn't find it there.
Well, try going to the large model category.
Yeah. Okay. The large
Vehicle, monster, large scale.
All right. In the deep, Kong, Atlantis.
There is. I think.
Oh, Mortarian.
Is that the one?
Yeah, I think.
Is
that it?
Is it the eyes?
Yeah, that one's it.
Richard Gray.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. But you featured this artist before. You featured Richard Gray on one of your shows. But this is completed.
This is a whole different level. And I cannot believe he didn't place.
No, he did.
Oh, he did? Okay.
I know he won awards.
He just didn't win overall.
Okay.
Of the award winners. And Richard Gray's Mortarian's in there, yeah. He did win. I don't think he won gold. Like, he should have won best overall, in my opinion. Look at those. Well, I think it's because the wings are so good that it detracts from the miniature. I think that's the only thing I can say why it didn't win gold.
Right. It takes from the subject. Wow.
Right. I think that's the only thing I can think. His wings are too good. Like.
Wow. What a bad thing to have. God.
That and Ulrich are the show killers for me. Yeah, man.
That sounds like something you say at a party somewhere. Why didn't you win? They said I was too good.
Yeah.
Too good at painting wings, bro.
You know what though? Okay, I can see it now, and I don't know. Maybe you might agree, Rob. But okay, this is supposed to be a grotesque model, a grotesque character.
Beautiful.
But there's a certain beauty to the wings.
Yeah.
So there's almost like a clash of beauty and disgust.
But if you look really carefully on one of the wings, the eyes actually has an iris that has 3 dots in it for the symbol of Nurgle in the iris.
Nice.
It's amazing. It's amazing detail. Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
One of my favorite. Sergio Calvo, this is one of my favorites too. Richard Gray. I tried to friend him on Facebook, but apparently you can't have more than 5,000 friends. It told me.
Oh, God.
I got locked out of that. I'm like, bro, I can't you.
He's like, you're not worthy. Oh.
I've already accepted 5,000 people, and they won't let me do it anymore. Like, I need to extend that for you, brother. I have questions because I have my Mortarian up there waiting, and I look at this and I'm like, yeah, I'm not starting that right now. Not today.
Oh, what happened?
You didn't say the magic word. You didn't say the magic word.
Shut up. Oh my god. I'm freaking done. Okay. That Ulrich, okay. I have to agree. Ulrich the Slayer is by far probably the most dynamic pose because it speaks so freaking much. I mean, I tell you what, we can just one more.
Yes.
Just one more shot at it. Oh my god. You know what this reminds me of? This is like the stand when Superman is just looking out. This is a hero's pose right here. This is just fantastic.
It's freaking amazing. Absolutely.
Oh,
Oh,
that commands so much respect right there.
yeah. Yeah.
Jeez, that just snow at the bottom of the hem. Oh,
Now, when I paint my infantry to this level, then I'm a good painter.
oh man.
When all my intercessors look like this, then I'm a good
I
painter.
don't know if anybody paints chaff infantry to this level.
Of course you do. It'll take you years, but that's a sacrifice.
Jeez. But look at
no
the
pain, no gain.
yeah, you're saying
Our
that.
friend the Shadow Cat has popped in, says good morning all.
Hey,
Robert says these are badass models. Or these are badass. Are they models? Each and every one, my friend. Some of them are a little bigger. Some of them are busts. Some of them are large-scale miniatures meant specifically for this kind of thing. Aaron Painting says, cat. And they're saying hello back and forth. Magic words. Your mommy dressed you funny. I guess those are magic words.
yeah, pretty much. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, I'm done with.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely
That's
useless.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we got a little news and we got a little topic to go through. But that is our art of the week, everybody. We decided to replace artwork of the week with looking at the amazing top of its class crystal brush entries. Yep. So there we go.
All right.
Those are the top dogs.
So let me get to the freaking news. Yeah. So
the excitement in friggin' news.
Yeah. Well, I could start off with Warhammer got a new logo. That's about as exciting as it was today in the news. I was checking it. I was like, okay.
I didn't even notice the new logo, honestly.
Yeah, here. Let me.
Mine's Warhammer and 40K put together. It's the wings and a hammer. It's like going to Buffalo Wild Wings with a hammer. Them wings, though.
All right, Mithas, are we ready for this?
You know it.
All right.
Guys, if you're tuning in for the earlier portion of the show, a couple of guys getting together and having fun and the happy-go-luckiness of it all, that was the earlier portion of the show. That portion of the show will not be sticking around. So everybody get ready to crank up the salt meter because here it comes.
Okay. So, yeah, give me 1 second because I'm about to.
Oh, I never showed my apothecary. This is what I have. See?
Oh,
there you go. It's in perfect condition.
Oh, nice.
There it is.
Well played. Well played, sir.
Man, all these Terminators are like 90% done. Why didn't I ever finish this project?
Hobby OCD. No.
Story of my life.
All right. Let's get into this. So, GW just announced the release of the Lord Discordant.
Before we go into the Lord Discordant, let's talk about the other thing, the thing on our thumbnail, because we'll start ramping the salt here.
Right. We may have
and then we'll go into the Lord Discordant. Oh, brother Ethan is in the chat. Man, the whole familia is coming on.
Let me.
Aaron to Sleepless. I'm sorry, my brother. Shadowcat said the wings were lovely. I said let's crank up the salt. So Ethan said did someone in before Tao mention? So yeah, nope, we're not salty about the Tao this week. Mostly because I haven't played them. So you know, I've decided that's a new rule for my happiness in 40K. It's just don't play against the Tao, Mythos. Anyways.
Okay,
So
we're going Tactica?
Huh?
Are we doing the Tactica?
You don't need to pull up anyone for this first one. This was just something I found out as someone was covering the 2.0 codex today.
Oh, right.
We tend to shout out a channel every week, and while I want to give a million shout outs over to the Miniatures Paintbrush, go check out Miniatures Paintbrush. Yo, Mythos, you want to play a game? I told you I don't play against Tao. Anyways, so that is the number one shout out this week. But another one is family friendly berserkers, right? Family friendly berserkers 40K, something like that. But we have been having a ball listening. By the way, if he's not really a family friendly channel, don't. It is not safe for work or safe for the kids. But listen to him review the new 2.0 Chaos Codex, and one of the buffs that he talked about was the buffs to Havocs. Havocs, of course, is my son's favorite Chaos unit. But they got a pretty good buff in this new Codex. So with this new Codex, Havocs are now, then if you don't know what Havocs are basically Devastators or Long Fangs. They are the Chaos Space Marines heavy weapons teams. Their buff in 2.0 Codex is they are now Toughness 5, making them harder to kill. And we all know, as Space Marine players, we would love to have our weapons teams as randomly Toughness 5 for no reason. Yeah. That would be amazing. I know those beautifully painted Long Fangs of yours, Brother Rob, would be great at Toughness 5.
I mean, they've been around the block. They should be tough. They have a reason. Who's these new Havoc people? They're like, what? They're new kids on the block. Oh. What's up with that? What's up with that?
And Shadowcat, I know that Alpha Legion got screwed over. Anybody who relied on first turn deep striking got screwed over. And I apologize. I'm feeling it too. But no, we're talking about some very specific units. So the Havocs not only are Toughness 5, which again is amazing, but they can also move their heavy weapons without penalty. So that is an incredible buff, because you can start them out of line of sight so no one can shoot them, move them into a line of sight so they can get the perfect shot, and you didn't have to suffer any accuracy penalties. What are your thoughts, gents?
Must be nice.
Must be nice. Must be nice being the new kid on the block. Well, I think that GW tries to incentivize you buying their new shiny by giving them buffs that'll get nerfed at the next big event. I think that's just what they do. I think it's a brilliant sales strategy. Buy the new shiny. It's better than everything else. You're going to dominate. And then after the next show, it's going to be trash because it's going to get definitely nerfed. And then you're going to be like everybody else. Oh, wait, here's a new shiny that has all these other buffs. Is it fair? Absolutely not. But since when has GW say, hey, let's make the everything the way they should? Let's make everything fair for everybody. Oh, no, we must sell product. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what's going on.
I'm still waiting for them to do that to Tao.
Yeah, no, that's their darlings. Somebody in there is an anime fan, and they're like, "Nope, we're not giving up on that. Nope, that's mine."
Well, somebody
made a deal with this.
Somebody out there suddenly loves chaos because it's like chaos, Hercules. Like, really, bro?
As soon as you said that about Tao, Roxas goes, "Hey, step off."
So going back to the stats on these things. So, okay, I have Devastators, and if I move them, they're done. They're freaking done. They're toast. I can't do anything with them. All I can do is park them on a building somewhere and hope they don't get shot and killed. That's why, you do the whole lobby.
Right, and of course, if you move them, it's only a 50-50 chance to hit, That's the same as flip a coin. Let me flip a coin for all of my Devastators. So that to me is a huge, huge buff to be able to start them out of line of sight.
Yeah, especially with a lot of the Alpha Strike potential that is currently in the game. You have to be able to hide your units, or you have to be able to make sure that you can go first, which isn't always up to you. Actually, it's almost never up to you now, depending on what your opponent brings. So,
absolutely. So that right there is one of the reasons. That's one of our sources of frustration. Is it's just that and maybe it's just a change where before everything on the Chaos side were equivalents to the Space Marine side. Maybe they're just trying to really draw that line of differentiation. But man, it's just what was before an equivalent of a Devastator is now so much better.
Yeah. Yep. Hobby creep's a thing.
Absolutely.
Well, not hobby creep.
Shadowcat says just nuke the site from orbit.
Yeah, when's the next new updated and improved Space Marine Codex going to come out? So I want to know.
They were one of the first ones, so I imagine the next time they do a campaign, we'll probably see a Space Marines 2.0.
Oh, I mean, it was the first
but
Codex.
How much will they actually, improve compared to what we've seen with Chaos? So,
and don't get me wrong, I understand that Chaos has not gotten love for a long time, right? And so I understand that they should be getting some new shinies, but man, that is almost a tit for tat unit right there. It's so clearly a Chaos Longfang or Devastator. It's just like how the scales being so far tipped on one just seems crazy.
It's one extreme to the other, and that's the thing that's driving me right now.
So Havocs are one source where we've seen that annoyance. Freak, you want to pull up the article now where we're seeing the other thing that got. And don't get me wrong, we are not saying that Space Marines are not getting any love. We got a lot of new units over the last couple months, but however.
Not enough.
And I like the look. I appreciate all these new units. I like the look of them. But if you were a competitive player, which I'm not, and I have no profession to be, I'm like probably one of the least competitive people power-wise as far as, I know. But if we were talking about just, strength of the units, man, this next one we're going to talk about, we got a whole lot of units, but we didn't get anything with the kind of raw power in the Lord Discordant.
No, not like this. So this is the Lord Discordant, right? I look, first glance, I'm going to tell you right now, it is an awesome looking model. There is so much amazing detail. Hats off to the designer. Great looking, amazing model. But here's the part that I am very much struggling with.
And I'm going to bitch about, I'm going to complain about this a lot because you guys know what's my favorite thing in all of Warhammer 40K? Can anyone take a guess?
What is it, Mithas? What could it be?
Cavalry units.
Yeah.
Well, get out. My lovely lady just said, you know what's my favorite thing? She said the Tau.
Oh, wow. Wow.
These are my favorite things.
What are you doing? Don't you know I can only take it? I mean, dish it? I can only dish it. God dang it.
And the Lord said, there shall not be Tau. See? You heard it? I heard it. I heard it.
So, of course, one of my favorite things in all of 40K is cavalry units, right? And I like to think that we Space Wolves have a great set of cavalry units. But, man, looking at this thing is phenomenal. And especially for points efficiency, This thing rakes cavalry through the coals. So let's take a look at those stats.
Oh,
What we got
yeah.
for-
All right. So let's just go over just your base stats. Okay. First of all, it moves like a vehicle, so it definitely has what do you call it? Degrading. Well, no, I'm sorry. The movement is based off of the actual. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what it is. So from 7 to 12 movement is 12 inches. 4 to 6 is 9 inches. 1 to 3 is 6 inches, and the additional attacks 5, 4, and 3. That is amazing.
Okay.
So
okay, let me go ahead and start complaining right now.
Go ahead. Yep. Go.
So one could argue with it riding on a Hellstrider, it is it technically is a cavalry type thing, right? It's riding on its back like a cavalry.
It's a mount. Yeah.
So cavalry, all cavalry except this thing apparently got nerfed to 10 inches at the beginning of 8th edition. Okay.
But wait, there's more.
Go ahead.
No. I'm prefacing what you're about to kill it with.
So this being a big HQ unit, and the size of it, one could also say that it probably most currently resembles, kind of especially being over 10 wounds and kind of stuff, most resembles Logan Grimnar's Storm Rider, which is also nerfed to 10 inches because it's on Thunderwolves. Mm-hmm. So all other cavalry units up to this point have been nerfed to 10 inches, but here we go, brand new GW Shiny. I guess Chaos has the best cavalry type unit now because this baby starts with 12 inches. And, of course, we're going to look at ways where you can make that so much faster.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We're just going to cover the stats right now, and then we'll show you the actual tactics that will actually make this thing even, more broken.
Better, worse, depending on your opinion.
Broken.
Broken.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all it's screaming.
Yeah. So, weapon skill 2 up, ballistic skill 2 up, strength 4, toughness 6, wounds 12. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because I was just reading an article that this is something that some Chaos players were upset about. Okay, now bear with me here because sure, it has more than 10 wounds, which means that it can be targeted first. Okay. But when you see how resilient this thing is, it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter. You can unload on this thing practically. It will not matter. All right. Well, let's just keep going, right? Number of attacks 4, leadership 9, saves are 2 up. Okay. All right. Moving down the line, look at their weapons. Everybody knows what an autocannon is. At 48-inch range, that's pretty much the entire length of the board. It is a heavy 2. Strength 7 minus 1 AP. That's good. 2 damage. Here's the really incredible one. The Bale Flamer. 18 inches, assault D6. It automatically hits its target. You're going to roast something, okay? Every time you will hit it within 18 inches, okay? With a -2 and automatically 2 damage. Of course, it's got its bolt pistol, 12-inch range. Yes, your typical stuff, nothing fancy there. 1 damage. Then you go into the Impaler Chain Glaive. If the bearer made a charge move on or performed a heroic intervention this turn, attack with this weapons are made with a strength characteristic of ×2 instead of +2. Okay, that's better. Yeah. Mecha Tendrils, melee. Okay, each time the bearer fights, it can make 2 additional attacks with it. So you can pretty much kind of fill it in. Now, here's where it gets really crazy. The abilities. I'm just going to kind of, if you guys are all right. I mean, all it is it shows you the weapons and all the. This is a close combat machine. This is a close combat model. So all of this just reminds me of, like Mythos says, a Space Wolf. This is so typical of, cavalry and a character, if you will. riding on an incredible mount, and that's what this looks like. So, but it's the abilities that really get. Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to point out that right there for free. I just want to point out that for free with the chain glaive, the mounts attacks, the bladed limbs, tails, and the technovirus injector. All of those are the power and damage of a power fist for free.
Right. Oh, did we mention how much this standard unit is going to cost in points wise?
So it's I compared it to Logan Grimnar earlier, but it is even cheaper, coming in at 150 points. Yep. Its cheapest loadout with the autocannon. By the way, they can take that autocannon for only 10 points. I mean, which is way cheaper than, say, if we were to put one on a Dread. But anyways, they take one for 10 points. They can round out at 160 points minimum loadout.
That's still cheaper than a Land Raider, a fitted Land Raider, easily.
And not only that, it heals demon engines. So the Mauler Fiends, Forge Fiends, even the Corn Lord or Skulls are going to get benefited by it. Plus, this +1 to hit for demon engines. So it's just a beast. Such a low point cost. Again, incentivizing. Buy me. Because I'm going to get nerfed at the next competition. So that
I really, you're right. You know, it's probably right, but
it can heal itself. And then if it destroys a vehicle, it can heal itself again.
Oh my gosh!
Because they're totally different abilities.
That's right.
So this thing can reliably just keep going.
So those that are saying, "Oh well, it can be targeted," yeah, it can, but it's pretty much built to take on some serious, hits. It. Not only that, if you're within 6 inches of this thing, you lose. You get a -1 to your hit roll. So.
I'd target. Man. That'd be the first thing I target.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's like every time I put the fell-handed on the table, they're like, "Yep, we're gonna target that guy." Yep.
Oh yeah, everything. But okay, but here's the thing. Then there goes you're putting all your firepower on this one model while the rest of their stuff is eating your lunch.
That's right.
Yeah, So where do you turn? Which way do you go with this? So again, my thing is this. Okay, look, I've got no issue with Chaos getting their toys. I have no problem with that. I've always subscribed to what you do for one, you do for all. That's been embedded in me by one of my old bosses. He just says, "Hey, free, you do what you do for one, you do for all. That way, there's no disparity between what people are getting. It's fair across the board. Nobody's going to sit there and say, oh, well, we didn't get it. Well, okay, we've waited patiently. Loyalists have waited patiently this whole time. And it's like, yeah, you guys, yeah, okay, that's fine. You're great. You're good. Yeah, okay, you get another. Okay, Abaddon. Okay, yeah, great. Havocs. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Lord Discordant. Okay, now you're freaking pushing it. You really? Now you're going with this?
And we did just get a lot of toys, but nothing that packs this power.
No, you show me one loyalist vehicle, dadgummit, that costs that freaking low, and tell me what is equivalent to it. Tell me, somebody, I'm a noob. I will say it. I'm a freaking noob. Tell this noob how this compares. And another thing, what incentive do I have to play this freaking game? I love the game. I'm not going to stop. But I'm telling you, as a new player, what would incentivize me to play somebody like this?
No,
what? Play Chaos.
You play Chaos.
Yeah, right. Well, you play Chaos. So everybody's going to be like, the world of Tau. Everybody's Tau. Okay, Tau versus Tau. Okay, let's. How are we going to scenario this? Huh?
Shoot.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. So okay. Again, I'm looking at the consumer's point of view, And Rob, maybe you can speak to the the business side of it, but the consumer's point of view is this: as a consumer, a person that is going to vote with their dollars, okay. And let me do this because I'm really emphatic here, okay. So a person that votes with their dollars, okay. What incentive do I have to invest in a hobby that it's not okay? I don't need it to be exactly equal. It doesn't have to be, apples to apple. It could be an apple to a larger apple. I'm okay with that. But we're talking about apples and pineapples. We're talking about apples and watermelon.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much, as long as you're not playing against Tau or Chaos right now, you're kind of guaranteed a basically even kind of match there, depending on what you bring to the table. So as long as you stay away from those two players, if you're new in the hobby and you really like, any of the loyalists, then you can do that. AdMech or whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that and still have a good time. But, well, they're doing this, what they're doing with Chaos right now. But what really salts my bridges is when the Space Wolves were released, and we got one guy, all right? Where was the buffs there? Where was all the hoopla there? Where was our kind of like Lord Discordant, like really that bruiser? Where was that? We did not get our due. We were just looked over. It's like, oh no, it's Space Wolves. Second edition, they were beasts, so we're never gonna give them a buff again. Nope, sorry, you don't get your toys. What was that? We got one guy.
They're like, hey guys, you can finally take the tanks that the other Space Marines can take. Oh, sweet.
Exactly.
Oh, and another thing is that with this new upgrade pack for Space Wolves, don't you see that I'm noticing this? You have intercessors with Dark Angels. Well, we'll give you a sprue, and now you can convert them. End of story.
Yep.
I mean, that's a great model for a business because it doesn't take a lot of money in order to produce one sprue to change one sprue to rule them all when it comes to your army. But to actually develop Space Wolves and how the blood claws and coming up with a pack to make all the different diversity of the blood claws of the Space Wolves, and which drew me to the faction to begin with, all the lovely things that I can paint. But now it's becoming more of even kill. If you're a Space Marine, you're a Space Marine. You have intercessors all over the place. You're going to get everything all the other Space Marines are going to get. And it just seems like it's starting to be a little less special because of that. But yeah, those are the two things that's really getting to me with the Space Wolves, especially, because I love the chapter because of the story, because of the richness of it, because I like to howl when I play the games. I'm like, that's right. I love it. And it's just like it's starting to wane off. Everything's starting to become like toast. Toast is good, but after a while, you kind of want a bagel or maybe a croissant. I don't know. You're getting fancy with your tea, It's a little Earl Grey.
Here's the crazy thing about it, and I shared this with Mythos, is that after looking at these stats resemble so much to Primarch stats.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, they really, really do. These stats and these benefits and they look like a Primarch stats, and it's just a mount. It's just a mount. It's just supposed to be a rider on a mount. But the unbelievable abilities and the stats on this thing, they're totally off kilter. They do not line up. So then, mind blow. So I go back to my same point, and I'm not going to get an answer to this question. I know that, but for somebody like you said, for somebody coming new, if you continue to see that kind of discrepancy from Games Workshop or whatever you're playing, it doesn't really give you the warm fuzzies to, to really dive in and to invest. Measles will tell you, I spent several months researching this game, several freaking months, because I knew I had to count the cost. I needed to make sure that if I'm going to go in, I'm going to go in all in. I'm not just do the wishy-washy thing. It's like, oh, I might try it, and no, I might not. Okay, because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go do it because I like it, because I like the hobby, because I like the community, because I like doing what I do. Okay, there's several things that really attracted to me. Number one was the hobby, for sure. Most of all, the community, the friends, the people that I met with when I got invited to game night. That for me was the game seller. That sold it for me. There was a lot of camaraderie. Yeah, there was competition. Yeah, there was this really fun competitiveness. But man, you left that evening feeling, wow, that was a good time. Because you enjoyed each other's company. You enjoyed that, that fellowship, if you will, And three, because they're just so freaking cool looking. It's just a fun, overexpressed, over-exaggerated game of chess. I like it, But again, why don't we just make the pawns off of the white side? Let's just make them all rooks, or let's just make them all knights. Why not? Oh, well, because the guys who like the white, the manufacturer that manufactured the white chess pieces, well, they kind of have it, they like them better, So yeah, matter of fact, instead of just one queen, we'll have 4 queens instead. We'll take the bishops out and we'll just put queens there. Yeah, huh? What? How is that fun? How's it fun? How's it fun? I got a buddy of mine who keeps telling me, hey, freak, we're going to play a game. Where are we going to play a game? When are you going to play a game? He plays Chaos. I don't want to play him. I really don't want to play him. And I keep coming up with, I'm like, I don't know. We'll try to get it. We'll try to make it happen. If he's watching this, sorry, bro. That's the real truth. I don't want to play against Chaos because I don't like to play against Tau for a reason. Yeah. And I don't like playing against freaking Necrons. But,
Brother Darby from Fire Breathing Duck says, happy Friday.
Hey, yeah, happy Friday. Yeah. So anyway, the comments selling until the strong the way until it sells the nerf side. Yeah, and I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that I am blowing it off, a little too soon, that I'm just, getting a little too worked up for no reason. But I'm looking at the now, right? I get it. Big picture, right? But right now, what I'm seeing is I'm looking at the parade through a knot hole in the fence, and all I'm seeing is the butt end of an elephant. That's what I'm looking at right now, and it sucks. And there's no explanation from GW on what's coming up next. From all we know is that there are not going to be any more loyalists or Imperial models coming out anytime soon. That's what we got. Really? So you're not even going to try? You're not even going to try to throw us a bone here? Okay.
Come back, it's wolf time.
Yeah, I just again, and I'm looking out for the aspect of through the eyes of a new player, or even anybody that's considering coming on and playing this game. It's a great game. It's a fun game, but it's got to make sense.
Well, and one of the things that you can do as a new player, maybe get into those gateway games like Kill Team or something like that, so you can see how the army performs before I'm not going to play against Chaos.
Yeah. But then again, you have to learn a whole new system, though, practically, because Kill Teams is a totally different monster.
Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but Corbin really likes it, and he says it's super similar. The only thing
Really?
is that if you get a wound, you have to roll to see if it stays or it's a glancing blow or just a scratch or something.
Yeah, it's great. It's good for small scale. It's good to like, hey, you're kind of new to this. Which faction looks great to you? What do you think's really cool? Okay, here, pick up a box of basic troops and let's play a game. It's really great from that sense. So that's a great spot for beginners to start.
How do the rules translate onto 8th edition, though? Because I know that there's some differences.
Pretty
There's some
similar.
slight
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they're using it to try out some mechanics for the second iteration of 8th edition, whatever that ends up being.
Edition.
Yeah, so there. I mean,
That's
I
when
think there's
Codex.
yeah, I think there's some really cool things in there. Like you have the movement phase, which is also the charge phase, so you can choose to either move or charge. And when you do charge, even if you fail, you still move the distance that you charge. So if you needed a 9 and you rolled a 6, you'd still move 6 inches towards the model. Like,
It's interesting.
yeah. So I mean, there's some interesting like twists on 8th edition rules, but basically it's 8th edition rules. So it's they had to have a competitive game that is playable with someone who has 4 models versus someone who has 15 to 20. You had to make it harder to kill models. And so they effectively did that by adding a lot of modifiers to hit into the game, like just inbuilt static negative to hit. If a model has like a foot in cover, it's got a -1 to hit. If it's more than half the distance of the gun's range, it's another -1 to hit. So a lot of times you're finding yourself hitting on like 4s, 5s, 6s, even with Space Marines. And so it makes
sound so close to 7th edition.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like 7th edition at all. I've played
Really
4 or 5 games now, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's easy to kill stuff. And Space Marines, the thing that I do like about the game is that Space Marines actually seem like Space Marines. When you have 6 Space Marines versus a ton of Guardsmen, you're probably not going to lose very many of your Space Marines. Which is pretty cool to me, because I've always thought like, man, Space Marines in 40K they don't do them justice. Power armor is in a very bad spot right now, unless you're Chaos.
Yeah.
So,
open that wound up, don't we?
Yeah. So yeah, and this is speaking. I play Primaris Marines, and even they can be a little lackluster sometimes. So I don't know what to tell you, but I've enjoyed Kill Team. The Adeptus Astartes feel a lot more powerful and like harder to kill, and other things that should seem squishy still feel squishy. So it's good. I've enjoyed the game so far.
I consider that. I've read a lot about people who played the kill teams, and they say, well, it's not 8th edition. It's similar to it, but it's not quite 8th edition, and there's some differences. You basically have to learn a whole different system, and that's what I'm not going to want to do. I do not want to learn a whole different system altogether.
If you know 8th edition, it's just a variance on a couple of the rules.
I see. Okay.
What about the activation? What about the turn activation? I heard that was a big deal.
So it's you move, I move, but then everything else is you go, I go. You go, I go, you go, I go. So so movement, one player moves all of his pieces, the other player moves all of his pieces. But then shooting, you go back and forth, depending on what choices you make. Like, so you can, shooting and assaults, you do in order of the player who has the advantage, the turn advantage. So,
Okay.
yeah, I would say definitely give it a try. It'll take you probably an hour and a half to get through a game the first time you play. But after a few times of playing, you get used to it. And I've finished games in 40 minutes.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's basically a 4-turn game for the most part. It has the potential to go on, but basically it's a 4-turn game. So
playing area is still small, right? Because
it's 32, 30 by 22.
Mythos, I consider this, man. I would, maybe we should try to.
Well, you already have the models.
Yeah,
yep.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. And that's the cool thing about it too. And then what you can do is you can just pick up one of those battle zones or whatever. And it comes with a mat and some terrain. And if you already have some like buildings and stuff, you've got a place space. You know what I mean? Like it's really easy to get involved in. And I think the thing that's going to give Kill Team legs in the future is the sense that it doesn't cost as much upfront to get into, but yet it's going to be a jump point into Warhammer 40K.
It's the gateway drug.
Yeah, it's the gateway game. So
first taste is free.
Yep.
Right.
Well, guys, I actually got to jump off here.
All right, man. Hey, we really appreciate you coming on and joining us, man. We really, really enjoyed it. You've definitely made it fun, man. So.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Definitely out, brother.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure. You guys are awesome. Can't recommend you enough. So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Keep on keeping on.
All right. Thank you, man. You have a wonderful night.
Brother.
Peace, brother.
That was Corbin, everybody. Holy cow, man. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
He's grounded.
Really,
love it.
He's a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
He's my brother.
Catching up on the
I've met him if I didn't play this game. I'm sorry. God. Go ahead, Mythos.
Let's see. Catching up on the chat real quick. I think I mentioned Darby says Happy Friday from Fire Breathing Duck. When you were talking about what incentive do you have, Freak, Roxas mentioned this is a common selling tool to produce a strong unit and then wait till it sells and then nerf them.
Right.
As a Magic the Gathering player, I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
Then Darby says range and kill team has a big impact on your hit rolls. And he says Primaris and Deathwatch can't lose in kill team. Played many games of kill teams with my Dark Eldar and Eldar. AP has a massive impact on the game too.
Wow.
Elstination, master painter that he is, says morning fellas. Good to see you, Elstination.
How's it going, buddy?
Freaking awesome, dude. And this is all good stuff because again, you know, guys, I've played my Imperial Fists, you know, now we're going on 3 years now, right? Mythos? 3 years? Yeah. 3 years.
Yeah.
Years. Wow. And it's funny, your story is very similar to ours, Rob. I wouldn't have gotten into this game if it weren't for Mythos. You know, I mean, he's the one who introduced me to it. But yeah, I've always known, you know, the Imperial Fists and that particular chapter. But you know, now that I'm kind of exploring outside of my comfort zone, or you know, I want to learn a different play style. You know, which is Space Wolves. I kind of like that. I love the whole post combat, you know, idea, and just like you mentioned, the whole fluff. You know, the story, the backstory, and how they're survivors. They're not only survivors, but they're conquerors, right? Never victim, always a victor. Just they've got a great story, and they're great underdog stories. You know, so. Love it. I love that, and that's what really fascinated me towards, you know, taking on Space Wolves, and you know, so just it just trying to find a good balance between, you know, what we had, what I'm about to assume versus what I'm about to come against, you know? So if I do go up against my buddy Steve, who he is a chaos player, you know, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I like that. You know, I don't know if I'm ever going to go up against the poor guy. But, you know, like I said, I still love the game. I have no thoughts of leaving, not unless something, you know, earth-shattering happens where, you know, some kind of life event happens where I'll have to stop. It's a great outlet, and like I said, the thing that I like the most about it is more the community. It's that you do this with friends. You know, I do lament wholeheartedly the thought that we can't get together like we used to when we used to meet at the old place, you know, out in Kingwood, you know, which was a nice, very intimate, you know, and I mean intimate in the right sense of the word. You know, you have that closeness with your friends, and you know, everybody got to see each other. Now it's gotten to the point to where, because we don't have that same place that we can meet, you know, it's you know, it's not the same. You don't get that, you know. So it's, most of the time now, it's just Methos and myself playing the game, or every once in a while we'll have our brother Atlas. You come over and we'll play a game, or we'll get together and have somebody else. But it's very far and few in between. So we're not really getting in a lot of games like we really should, or like we really want to, you know. So.
And several of our friends have actually dropped off with interest in Warhammer, which is unfortunate. So, you know, it's fewer people to play against. The Elston Nation says, I'm good, guys. Prepping for Salute, probably the biggest wargaming trade show in the UK today. So good to wake up to some wargaming chat.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would love to go to Salute one day.
Yeah. So
I don't know if they do any painting competitions at Salute, Elston Nation, but if so, are you winning anything today? Because, again, I've seen your work, sir. We were talking a little bit earlier about the stats on the Discordant, and we're probably not going to go through all the tactics, but I would like to give you some of what Freak and I were discussing today, as we both threw up in our mouths a little bit.
Yep,
but the Lord Discordant already has 2 more inches on any other cavalry or chariot unit, moving 12 inches. Then you can give him a relic with the Mark of Corn that lets him move another 2 inches. So that's 14 inches on a chariot or cavalry type unit. And then on top of that, you can use a stratagem to let him advance and charge, giving him a threat range of 32 inches turn 1. That is almost a guaranteed first turn charge.
Yep. You get, is this a stats here? Yeah, lower tactic. There it is.
But of course, you know, the whole reason that they started the beta rule and, you know, stopping those first turn teleports in and stuff like that is because they said that first turn assault was too strong. Too strong for some people, apparently.
Except for chaos.
Yeah.
Because they're
Right.
rule breakers.
They are rule breakers.
Yeah, they are.
Technically, this model can have at least can have up to 12 attacks total in one. Okay.
And if you're going against a vehicle, you can generate mortal wounds for one of those attacks.
Yep. Which is incredible. Yep. Model.
So it's funny because
5 up in ball.
So this thing seems like it would be most weak against, and you know, things that can kill a knight. Of course, you're gonna want to pour las cannons and stuff like that into it, plasma. But also, it seems like it probably could, you know, fight against a knight too.
Yeah, I think it would
for 150 points.
Yeah, right. It's a knight killer.
That's a great 500-point knight you got there. Nom 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 nom.
He just had my knight for breakfast.
Well,
Just happened.
you could have 3 of these on the field, right?
Yeah, it's not unique.
That's crazy. That's great. That is nasty.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Now,
then
watch this go against Tau. That would be fun.
yeah, well,
I'd like to
yeah,
see that battle.
I would. I really would like to see that. That would be an interesting game.
Yeah, right.
That would be a heck of a match.
Well,
I mean,
this is why they did all this to Chaos, to give Tao somebody to play with. Nobody wants to play the Tao.
no, you won't play with me? No, you won't? No. I'll play you.
Roxas,
Oh.
I'm gonna need you to handle that for me.
Right?
Roxas says, "Just be glad for the rule of three. Think of this before the nerf."
Oh my gosh.
You know, I love our buddy Glass, but you would be getting a call right now, freak. Hey man, I
Oh,
got
no.
9 of these Lord Discordants I need you to paint up.
My fingers hurt. Yep, that's what I'll say.
We have a friend who's always got real good sense for what's efficient, what works on the field,
He
and
is heck.
he definitely like Ian. He's really good at the math hammering and
Very
picking out those efficient units and realizing that if you put 5 of these together, it makes a great army. Real good at that kind of stuff.
Man. Again, I honestly, if I were already a pre-existing Chaos player, I think this would be amazing. I'd be ecstatic. I'd be like, oh yeah, this this definitely would give you additional cojones right here. This is just this is where it's at right here. But man, I would not want to play against this.
Yeah, that's nasty.
It would
I'll
not
bring out my Tao for that.
yeah. Hey, you know what? That's a good point. I would consider playing Tau to go up against this. I would consider that.
I got plenty of boxes waiting to get painted, and I haven't touched it. That and my Death Guard. I haven't touched that either.
Yeah. Elsa Nation says there is a painting competition at Salute, but he's passing it up because he's in army painting mode instead of single miniature mode at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
which it's good to know. When I'm in the mood to handle a massive army, and when I'm in the mood to really focus on winning a one model competition.
Yeah. Like this night is a one model competition, but my Stormcast Eternals, I try to speed through them as much as possible.
They definitely don't look speed painted.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, but I can look at it and I say, well, I could do a dozen roses on one of his wrists. But I'm not going to because I'm going to move on to the next one.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
That's totally fair.
Hey, this cake could use brocade throughout the entire thing, and it'll take me about 40 more hours to get through this one miniature. But I'm not going to do that. That's not happening. We're moving on to the next miniature. That's what we're going to do. And I have to talk to myself like that. Because I want to do that. I want to paint everything to the nines. That's like my instinct. Like, well, what's missing from this? Oh, I can use this. I can use that. No, when I had the AOS 1 box and the AOS 2 box came out, and I bought that too, and I saw them side by side, and I said, something needs to be done. Ian took my chaos guys, and I was just like, yep, I'm in speed painting mode. I'm going to take care of this whole thing. And in about a month or so, I did it. But you guys commission paint. I've never done that. I never wanted to. I did it once, and I had a client who did nothing but complain. But at the same time, here it is. I was giving to the miniature at a discount, and I mean a deep discount. And he wanted certain colors. Well, like, are you sure you want those colors? And he's like, yeah, those are the colors that I want. And then after I finished painting the entire miniatures, and was like, man, these colors are not that great. And I'm like, well, yeah, I kind of told you that, but you weren't kind of listening to me.
We had this talk.
You could trust me. What I was going to do was going to come out nice, but yeah, you didn't do that. So then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to charge you any money for it. I'm sorry. Even though I did convert it for him, it was a custom job and everything else. And it came out pretty decent, although the colors were atrocious.
Yeah.
But ever since then, I was like, yeah, I'm never going to commission paint, so I
If
don't know how you guys do it. What's your secret?
if you ever decide to go back into it, let me know. Because one thing I'm really proud of is I've started a little collection of different models, mostly Space Wolves that I've gotten from other YouTubers. Shadowcat, who was in the chat earlier, I've got a uh, uh, oh my god, the Fell Hand, that Gygor Fell Hand, Malaga War Games. I have a Lone Wolf from Brother Atlas. I have several models from. Eat Beer, I have a Iron Priest on Thunderwolf from. So I'm trying to collect. I'm trying to collect some Space Wolves from different YouTubers and their amazing talents. So if you ever decide to go back into commission painting mode, I would love to commission a TMP Space Wolf.
Mm.
That would be cool.
Mm. See,
That would be really cool.
I'm just as soon as just to give you the model and to actually commission paint. I'm that kind of guy. I was just like, all right, so now I know whose Christmas present that belongs. Like, I'm gonna take this. But yeah, I don't know. It left me a sour taste in my mouth. So
one of the things that one of the things that I found that helped and is before I would even really commit to fully painting the model, what I would do is I said, okay, I would base coat the model and say, okay, does that look okay to you? You know, I send pics, you know, what are your thoughts? Because it's easy. Even you base coat it, you can always go lighter or dark or whatever. I have no problem in changing things up a little bit. So if he gives me the thumbs up, okay, great. This is what we'll go from there. And then what I'll do is, I'll have multiple because I'll do mass painting. But before I commit to multiple, I'll use one as an example, completely do it right. And say, okay, here is what they're going to look like. What are your thoughts? And if he absolutely flips out, he thinks it's great. All right, well, that's it then. Then that's my green light to do the rest. But I'll ask, okay, is anything specifically special that you want with some of the others? You've got some that have certain weapons. You want to glow, what color the glow? Those are little things, kind of like a little checklist that I got to go with. That helps me because honestly, like you, I don't want to get to a point to where I do all that work, in you're busting your hump, and then they look at it and like, no, this is not what I had in mind.
Right.
And you can say, okay, well, we're cool. I won't charge you. We're done with that. I'm okay. But you can't avoid the rift. You cannot get away from the little bit of rift. Even though you're cool, you feel like you're cool, but there's still that little thing that you will never forget, that I did this work and you're ungrateful. It
wasn't that. It was more like, well, I learned my lesson.
Right. I ain't doing that crap no more.
Well,
hey, can you commission? No.
I did one for Ian. That was okay. He wanted a custom Blood Bowl team out of Zangors and what was that miniature? It was Ogrid the Thermarge. I'm not saying that right. But it's like this big bull thing from Slanesh, and he wanted just a Slaneshi kind of Blood Bowl team, where I hacked off all of the weapons that they had in their hands, and then drilled out the hand holes, so this way they have that fist going on there, and they look like they were running, and well, it came out pretty well, getting all getting all of those, and he couldn't be more happier when he was at that. So that made me feel good, and of course I didn't take money for it, but he's like, you know what, because he kit bashed some corn models and some of the Zangors and what's the other one? Oh, Thousand Suns as well, to get some of the players in there. And he said, well, whatever you don't use, all the bits you don't use on the boxes, you can keep them, because he heard that I wanted some Thousand Sun pieces to put on the bases for my Space Wolves. So he's like, you can keep it, man. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, you can keep it, man. That's awesome for you there.
That is cool.
That was pretty awesome because I did it for him. But yeah, I know, not into taking payment for stuff. I mean, aside from this computer, I don't need money. Thank God.
How's that coming along? I'm just curious. Are you getting any closer to your goal, or
$2,000 in and 1,000 to go. Getting there. But I'm gonna have a beast of a computer. It's gonna last me the next 15 years. So it's like 15 years of TMP. I'm good.
yeah, $2,000 on a PC. That's gonna have a pretty BA graphics card. That's gonna have, it's gonna have a heck of a CPU for sure. Top notch motherboard with a good bus speed. Yeah, I'd have to say for $2,000 you can get a lot. I mean, you can get a lot for $1,000 already. But if you're going full blown, you might as well go for a server. It's like, oh my God.
Oh, that's what I was going for, $3,000, and that's and that's me putting away money too. But I've been selling my Pokemon cards. That's pretty good. But then I'm really bad at that because it's like I have a price, right? But then I know if the person really wants it, and if I know the person, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna discount it. I always sell things like cheaper and cheaper to shoot myself in the foot like that because it's like you really want it, I was like, wait, you really want this card, but you ordered a TMP shirt? Well, guess what? Came with the good TMP shirt. There's the card underneath there. So there you go. I'm not making any profit, but that's just my art. It's just me as a person, and I won't betray it.
No, and you know what? I always tell Mythos, this is the reason why I think he has the best luck, because he does that. Mythos is a very giving, and it comes around. I do believe that.
Bless the channel. Yeah. And really, I can't thank you enough, Wolf Brother.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah,
I don't do that much.
Yeah, whatever.
I just do what little bit I can when I can.
Yeah.
You sound hey, I'm a good painter. There's that humble pie.
Yeah, but I mean, really, and I really do believe that definitely comes around, and there's like a type of I don't know. You can call it karma. You can call it whatever you want to call it. I just think that it does come back, and you get it back. You get more. It's just I don't know. I can't explain it to you. All I can say is that it's, even though you give, you cannot outgive. Right. That makes sense.
That does.
Yeah. So that's the premise. And then I'll tell you what. That's why I'm seeing, Mythos just raking it in, and then I've seen it in my own life too. Where I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just give him my time, or give what I have, or the little bit of cash that I have, I'll do what I can, with the limitations that I have. And of course I always see a return, but and there's a principle that comes with that. So, but anyway, I don't want to get into all that. But no, it's cool. I'm glad to hear that you're getting closer to your goal, man. And I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to seeing that computer, because I'm a computer guy.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm in IT, and a $2,000 computer. That's nothing to that's nothing to balk at. So. Wow, you're going more into server level if you're going with $3,000. I mean, we were talking about some really powerful things. Really, like I said,
What I wanted to do is I was thinking about going the Apple route, which is more expensive, but
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so you're not talking PC. You're talking about Mac.
Yeah, iMac Pro. They get pricey.
So once he gets his Mac, he will be the Mac Daddy.
Oh, somebody make him stop. Oh, God. Jeez.
Roxas, also a computer builder and IT brother. Roxas goes, it's Apple.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything. I mean, of course, I'm streaming off of a MacBook Pro, but because it's very simple, but everything I work on is on PC. For me, the versatility to be able to upgrade and change components without being limited on proprietary is a plus for me. But yeah, I mean, it's got its trade-offs. That's what I'm saying. For if you can get an amazing PC for under 1,500 bucks and have have plenty of growth or what do you call it, a growing room, if you will. Yeah, you can really, like, okay, well, you know what, in the future, if I want to go ahead and upgrade to a better graphics card, I can do that, or I can upgrade to more memory, I can do that. It's options are there. You don't have to really spend a whole lot of money up front, and yet you can still get a good bang for your buck. My son-in-law, this is really cool. Mythos comes over to coming over to my house. He came over to my house. He comes to my house. It's like it came for the first time, Anyway, my son-in-law says, because originally, he looked at my computer and I only had I think it was a 750T. It was an NVIDIA 750T. I know that doesn't mean a whole lot, but basically it's a crappy graphics card compared to what the games are out there right now. And I said, look, I don't really need anything fancy. Look, I'm a really casual gamer. I don't need anything. He's like, no, you don't understand. You're playing with virtual reality stuff now, because I have a VR system, and I've been noticing it'll play some games really well, and others it would just like, no. I'm like, okay, I don't. That's fine. I can do with the ones that I can play. And he got in my face like, no, you can't do this. We'll get you a graphics card. Like, well, I don't want you to really spend a lot of money, because these graphics cards. Here's the thing: the bulk of the money that you'll be spending on are going to be the graphics card and the processor and the memory. That's pretty much it. Everything else is just fill. And he says, okay, you know what? We're looking to get you a graphics card. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. No expectations. So next thing you know, I go to pick up my grandson because they were watching him, and he was at the house. He goes, oh, I got something different for you. I'm like, what's up? You need a virtual reality ready, a VR ready computer. I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of do. I just need to update it a little bit. No. He says, for the price that you paid, or that I would pay to get you a graphics card, I was able to get a computer that is VR ready. I've already tested it. There's a website that he actually goes to do a bench test to see if it's if it benches to an acceptable category for certain really high end games, and it tested really high. And he goes, "I'll just give it to you." What? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Ask me those. Man, it kills on Beat Saber, man. Oh my gosh, it is the most craziest. I mean, you are submerged in that virtual world, man. It's just freaking-tastic. It's just amazing. So again, and I think he only spent like $600 for it.
Wow,
$600. Yeah, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So
maybe you can help me out pick my new computer.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean,
I don't know what I'll think, but my video editing software is what I use. Like, I was going to get the pro version of I forgot what it was something Pro. Oh gosh,
Vegas, Sony Vegas Pro.
No. I wasn't. No, the Mac program for video editing.
Oh,
I was using iMovie, but that is a pro version of it, and I was going to get that. So I'm comfortable with iMovie, but I don't know what to use. I mean, there's the Adobe Cloud. I hear that's a good thing, but I don't.
It's good. It's very powerful, but Adobe Cloud is not very user friendly. It's not user friendly at all.
Right.
The one that Mythos and I use, and what almost a lot of people I know use, is Sony Vegas. It's very easy, very user friendly. It's super, super easy to do. It's very similar to iMovie, except that you have a lot more features to add because you can use plugins. You can add additional plugins. The plugins, you know what I'm talking about. But if you want to do special effects and all kinds of stuff, add additional really cool stuff. Clean up your audio, clean up your video. But
It's
yeah,
so
man.
easy. Amithas can do it.
And Meethas have a hard time just trying to find out his Wi-Fi, so I mean, really, it's really.
I just came out to have a good time, and honestly, I'm feeling so attacked right now.
You feel it, man. You feel the burn. You feel the burn, bro.
I'm gonna have to get myself checked into a burn ward. So here's some technical chat I'm not going to understand, but I'll be happy to read to you guys. Roxas says the Ryzen socket isn't scheduled to be replaced until 2021. Memory has seriously dropped in price recently. Right now, just graphic cards are super pricey.
Yep, so true.
And then he said partpicker.com.
Yep, you can pretty much get some good prices on that and build a machine that is just epic. So really, what you're needing is a really good graphics card, because you're gonna be doing a lot of editing, right?
Yes.
And you need that editing, but you also need a CPU, a good CPU that's going to be able to handle that with a motherboard with a bus speed that's going to be able to support the total speed of the entire machine. So the one thing they tell you is that the computer, your graphics card and everything will go only as fast as the bus will let you. So if the motherboard and the processor is fast, everything else will go as fast up to its limitation. So, anyway. But yeah, I'd be more than happy to help you out when you're ready, man. And I'm telling you, if you already got 1,000 now, you can already get something killer. I mean, something amazing right now, and you're pretty much ready to start editing. If you want to wait, get 1,500, you're gonna smoke it.
Well, I have $2,000 right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
I was waiting for the 3.
What? That's what I'm saying. Were you trying to get a server?
Maybe. I mean,
you turn your stuff on and all the lights from the neighborhood start dimming. Mom, it's happening again. Don't look, baby. It's okay. Scaring children, Rob.
Well, if I can do something, I do it big. I mean, look behind me, man. I mean, I don't have just one set of paint. I have 700. Like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it big.
People watching their primetime shows, man, and all of a sudden, and you're like, what's going on, guys? Rob here. There's a pickup today,
I take over their TVs. They're forced to watch.
Like, who is this guy? Why do I see him every time at this time? God, make it stop. Quick, call the news channel. Something is happening.
There's been a spike in sales of Warhammer in Maryland.
Yeah, there's one house that somehow is producing so much radiation, more than Chernobyl. Like,
Hulk comes out of it.
Kids outside cooking, hot dogs from the radiation.
I've got to go to Maryland. This is my chance to get superpowers.
Yeah, man.
Right. Just run in his house and run out. Either that or you're melted. I don't know. One of the two is going to happen. Remember that scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark? Eyes melt. People around his house happens. It just, and he's like, "What's going on, guys? Rob here!" And that's why he's just.
Good night, Aaron. Aaron's taking off for the night, or I guess for him, morning.
Oh my god.
Good night, man. But yeah, so I'm telling you, man, for $2,000, ask. I mean, don't take my Roxas. He's been doing IT a lot longer than I have, and he'll tell you, man. For $2,000, you can get a severe machine.
Y'all going shopping tomorrow?
Is that built, or is that like pre-made, or is there a company I should look for?
No, you can either or. You get more bang for your buck if you build. If you actually build it yourself, you don't have to be a guru. All you have to do is, I'm sure Ian or Corbin and all that. It's really not hard. All it is just knowing where to put the components into the motherboard and in the case, boom, you're done. So it's not that hard.
So what you're trying to tell me is that it's not hard, and I just need to know where to stick it.
Yep.
Again, what's going on? Not the flashbacks.
Yep. There goes Ross again.
Twitch.
Do I need to go put the bow tie back on? Roxas says the server Rob plans on building sounds like an aircraft taking off when he turns it on. And then when I said I was going to run into Rob's house to get superpowers, he said instead that's how Mythos got Deadpool level cancer. Is it cancer? I think it sounds like cancer.
Are you from Jersey?
Jersey. You got to get the cancer. That's not from smoking. It's from Rob's house. Every time I got close to it, just give me cancer. Cancer.
A lot of people don't know this, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, and I've lived there 38 years of my life, and I taught in the New York education system for a while, and even Manhattan. And my father was Italian. My father was Italian.
Father, there you go.
Brooklyn Italian. He had the accent. You know what I'm talking about? That's the way it was.
Forget about it.
My mother, she's Puerto Rican, and Roberto, you need to clean your room. You know? I had all these accents, and it was like, how are you so well spoken? And it's like, I have a degree in speech pathology audiology. I did that whole thing because it was a cultural mess.
Oh my God! Hey, try growing up in New Orleans, right? When they say that equate it to the same as a Jersey accent. So when I get worked up, it's like, what? Where's my freaking coffee? I asked for my coffee here. I expected to have it here. I don't have it. Where's my freaking coffee? And I just go off, right? Now, I moved to North Mississippi. Total different culture there, and we're talking about, hey man, when you gonna come over? Man, we're gonna have I'll cook you some deer and got some deer meat. And well, yeah, you just come over, bring your wife too. It's cool.
Is that where you get your Bubba accent from?
That's where I got my Bubba accent.
We had the viewers in Mississippi. We just lost them.
Sorry, guys. I don't even think they can find. Never mind. So that's what I got it. And then so after I moved from Mississippi, I got relocated to New Jersey, South Jersey, actually, and right close to Philly. So I was like, oh gosh, this is home for me. This is my grit. This is kind of like, my wife didn't like it. I liked it. I was like, all right, this is cool. And of course, I went toe to toe with a native Philadelphian. He was Italian, and this guy was just flat out just nuts. And we were talking about office wars, that kind of thing. And all I can tell you is, you don't make a tech support Italian mad. You don't freaking do it. You don't do it.
Don't make Italians mad, period.
No, period. Because there's no end to it. There's no end to it. There's no end to it. I tried. True story. This is kind of segue to it. So a good friend of mine, he was a cubicle next to me. I worked at tech support, and the guy, he was just had this wild hair up his rear end. He decided he was going to come to my cubicle, and he was just wanting to mess with me. He comes up to my cubicle, right, and he sees my stapler. My stapler is right there, brand new stapler. He goes, "Hey, how come you got that stapler?" I said, "Well, I took it from what's his name's desk and left." And he goes, "How come you get the good stapler and I got that piece of crap? And I've been here longer than you." I said,
It's a stapler.
Yeah, just go answer a call, will you? And he goes, "No." And he grabs my stapler and walks away. A frig. You serious? Did he freaking say he just took my stapler? Did you say he just took my stapler? And I'm losing, right? And he's like, he goes, Just shut up, Kobos. Shut up. I got your stapler. That's all you need to know. Like, all right. No problem. No problem. I'll take care of you. Forget about it. All right. So you know what I do? I go to the mall for lunch, right? And the mall, they got the Spencers. I go into the Spencers. I go shopping, and I found exactly what I was looking for. It was a stapler. Yeah, the good kind, the one that's got a metal top on it.
Oh, wait.
So I brought that baby, and it looks like a real staple. I mean, we're talking about super nice, right? I put it on my desk, and I was taking calls, and all of a sudden he shows back up again. He's only one cubicle ahead. He goes, "What's up, man? How do you feel about me taking you? Oh, what the heck?" I said, "Hey, bro, listen, don't mess with my stapler. You don't mess with my stuff. Don't touch my stuff. This is my personal stapler. I went out and got this." He goes, "Why'd you do that, bro? We got a whole cabinet full of it." So then why didn't you go get your freaking stapler? So don't touch my private stapler. And I'm goating him. And he finally, "Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get your stapler." I said, "Dude, leave my stuff alone." And my buddy, who was in another queue, he knew what was up. He goes, "Hey, John, why don't you just use up all his staples?" He goes, "Yeah." Because he started like, groping with it and clamping and everything. And I said, "Dude, you're disgusting. You're freaking disgusting." He goes, "Yeah, you know what? I'm going to use up all your staples." Screamed like a little 3-year-old girl, drops it. He's got this total bewilderment, like a cow looking at a new gate, like, what just freaking happened? What he didn't realize that there was 10,000 volts that went to his stupid body.
Oh my gosh!
Shocked the living crap out of him. He left quietly and went into his queue. And my buddy goes, "Wow, you're the first person to ever shut him up." I'm like, and I'm thinking, this could be good, or this could be bad, because I knew him. I knew him good enough. Like, this can go one of two ways. And so, of course, later on in the day, he's been really quiet the whole time. I'm like, and I'm doing my work, and I'm like, look, I don't want to have any bad blood with the boy. I want to make sure he's okay. I go, "Hey, John, you all right, man?" And all I could see was his back, and he was leaning into his chair, and he was towards his computer, but he was kind of leaning down, like he had his head down. I'm like, I wonder if he's okay. "You all right, man?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, all right, it's a little weird. So I'll go back, answer another call. Man, 20 minutes later, I go back, and he's still in the same position. It's like, "Hey, man, yeah, I'm concerned about you, man. Seriously, are you okay?" He goes, "No, yeah, I'm good." All right. Go back and answer another call. And finally, I come back. I said, and I see him in the same exact position. I can't see his face. All I see is the back of his head. He's just crouched down, like he's looking down, praying or something. I don't know. And he's facing his computer, or towards the computer. I'm like, "Dude, what the heck is going on with you? You haven't said a word. Are you mad at me? Come on, man." And he turns around, and when he does, he takes this rag that he had over his nose, and it was just gushing blood.
Oh my gosh!
That shock bursted all the capillaries in his nose. Oh, I was like, "Oh my God, I killed you." And then the little sarcastic scumbag, you know what he does? "Yeah, you feel bad now, huh?" No, I don't. You know what? No. I tell you what, what's your blood type? Huh? Because I might think, I'm all positive. I might think about giving him some of mine. We'll see. So needless to say, I did drive him to the doctor to get his nose cauterized because I felt so bad, man. Yeah. But that was crazy. But then he got me back. He did. One Sunday I went in to work. I had to go in on a Sunday. When I opened up my drawers, it was filled to the max with packing peanuts. Everything had packing peanuts. I spent 2 hours cleaning up that mess. He got me so freaking bad. He saran wrapped my chair. My keyboard spelled "Al suck" on it. I died laughing. It was so awesome. I mean, he saran wrapped. He literally saran wrapped my monitor, my mouse. He took it was the one that had the little balls in it, right? The ball tracker. He pulled that out. Man, he just sabotaged my entire cube. I said, "Okay, man, I give up, bro." so yeah, that was my dealings with crazy Philly Italians, man. It just didn't work out.
No, they're twisted.
Yeah. Look, I can only go so far, man. A Honduran can go so far, but man, once you get to deal with the crazy Italian, you know what? Stop right there.
They don't forget.
Nope, they don't forget.
Brother Ethan says that he had to pause for a second there to make sure he was still on the same channel.
All right. So here's some hobby progress. I finished this.
There you go.
Yeah, he had his feet now. He didn't forget about it. You know what I mean?
Forget about it.
We just a couple of guys. Yeah, where's your bow tie? You gotta get your bow tie, just like
you gotta get your bow tie. Make sure it's not too hard. You don't want to block off the circulation. You don't block it off, then you get that weird, asphyxiation crap. That's a little weird. You don't want to go there.
+1 to sexiness. My sexiness and phone save. Woo!
Hey man, you just don't want to go there, man. That's just flat out weird. All of mine.
Sarge, they're doing the thing again.
Right. Quick, Sarge, you told me to let you know. Great, Charles, go get me some coffee and some mayonnaise. Sorry. Focus. Went too far. I'm sorry.
Well, guys, it's starting to get late around here.
Yep. Actually, we usually wrap up in the next 3 minutes. But we actually got through all of our topics today for once. How about that?
Look at that.
Including a little salt.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you and Corbin, Rob, if there was any time that there was a Codex creep that upset you, but I don't know if you get upset about Codex creeps. I don't know if you get upset in general. You seem like such a nice guy.
Here's the thing. When I started really painting Warhammer miniatures, I painted with the intention of never playing. So now that I get to play, it was just a bonus. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like I just liked the miniatures and I thought they were really cool, and I just wanted to paint the miniatures, and I fell in love with the aesthetic of the Space Wolves. So that started my descent. And then that's when I said, well, there's a game associated with this. I should learn how to play it, kind of. And that's when I met Corbin at the game store, and just it evolved from there, man. So.
Wait, Corbin was a happenstance game store meeting?
Yep, and so was he.
Wow. What a success story that is.
Local gaming store, a nice dude, and I was a nice dude, and we started talking about church, and we started talking about having the same values and giving.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, and then there was like so much associated with that, and then we helped other people get into the hobby, like young people who were in the store. We got a couple people in there, and they started playing the game too. So it just started growing from there. And then I started offering painting classes for free, which I still do now. Different hobby store though. But yeah, I still do the class every week. And it's like, look, this is how you paint rust. This is how you do this. Don't get intimidated. I'll show you. And then I take my miniatures. Now this is brave. This is brave. Okay. So I take my Trash to Treasure tank, and I say, this is how you paint rust. You got to streak it like that. And I gave it to somebody else to paint rust all over it.
Wow.
And they did, and they did a good job, and I was proud of them.
Wow.
But I was
That's
sweating.
Amazing.
I was sweating, but I was like, okay, you can do it. I taught you to the level where I'm comfortable that you can do this. And they did.
It's such a test for you and them, because you're like, well, if they messed this up, then maybe I should have taught them better.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And then, the store owner was saying, how'd the class do? And I said, you can never ask the teacher how the class went. You need to ask the students. They're the one who evaluate me.
That's very good.
And they all had a positive experience, and they all love the class. They keep on coming back, and that community is just growing, the painting community. Even the people that are playing in the background, they kind of look over my shoulder to see what I'm doing and listening to the hobby tips so they can apply it. They're not actually attending the class. They just want to listen to the lecture.
Yeah.
Dude, just go and just, we're fam. There's nothing to be intimidated with. So
that is such a good thing. That's some good considerations, man. I mean, maybe that's something that even me and Mythos can do at the local. I don't know. Maybe we can talk to Sid.
Man, well, I don't think I'm ready to teach anyone yet, but I still have a lot of guilt over not teaching Darklight correctly. But
that wasn't your fault.
Well, I mean, basic skill, bro. I should have taught him how to thin his paints.
Oh yeah.
Being a teacher myself, it would be fun to teach art. I think if I had the confidence in my artwork, if I were at that level. But I enjoy teaching so much, and the measure of how a class went is always when somebody learns something to me. Like I was in Montana teaching the other day, and I taught some active shooter, material and, what to do during active shooter and whatnot. And they'd been in security for a while, so they had an idea, but I brought apparently new information they hadn't considered before. And it was more than I expected, because with 3 of the individuals, I talked to 5 individuals that day, and 3 of them came up to me afterwards and said, man, I really appreciate that you came to Billings because and I'm just like, I mean, don't get me wrong. When you teach security stuff, it can get boring after a while, because security is a lot of day-to-day. It's the same kind of, stuff. So for somebody to actually be thankful that I came out to teach them a boring subject, I don't know. That means a lot to me,
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say, are you an art teacher? I'm like, no, I teach Spanish. They're looking at me like, what? See,
we were talking about we're like, man, hey, we almost feel like Rob missed his calling.
Yep. Yeah, he needs to be in fine arts. I'm a fine arts teacher.
I would learn so much. I just drew Snoopy when I was a kid. That's all I know.
Hey, I drew stick figures, and I still draw stick figures.
Seen the 2 stick figures standing next to each other, and one has a stick in their hand, and it's just a head and feet, and say, bro, I got your back.
Yep, pretty much. That's me. Yep, that's me.
Who drew this? That was freak.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I still have those.
You guys got to come by one of these days. You got to experience this man cavern. It was a cave. I don't know. I've been told that man cavern is a bad thing, and I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know. It's a man cave. I don't know what that means. Every time I say
is it really? Is it derogatory?
I have no idea. I'm sorry if I'm getting used. No, I said it on my
man
cave.
Man cavern, man cave sounds good to me. I don't know.
Just the bigger man cave.
Yeah.
Oh,
boy, what do you think? You know something I don't?
No, just the immature side of me. You mentioning somebody saying it's a bad thing. The immature side of me always wants to take it a little dirty.
I gotta get my bow tie again. That's awful.
Yeah, I think we have to take pictures here soon. Meet those.
Brother, security work is boring. You mean the movies have lied to me? The unfortunate reality, my brother, is that a lot of people, when they hear about security work, they all think it's going to be like in the horror movies or Scream movies, where somebody is sneaking by a security officer with a magazine in a booth who's got like late night reruns on and isn't paying attention to anything going on around him. Has got his feet kicked up on the desk and doesn't have to do any work. That's what everybody thinks of security. And the reality is just a lot more monotonous day to 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 day. You know, repeating, rinse, lather, and repeating the same material over and over again.
But 65%, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's that guy. That guy that's sitting in the guard shack, feet propped up, watching reruns with a magazine in his lap while a truck blows right by him. That's it. Yeah.
I've been managing and supervising security for almost going on 11 years now. I've never seen that one time.
Because you were that guy.
Great movie.
You were that guy with the magazine. You were the guy with the feet propped up. God. It just depends on the security. It really does. It depends on the company. It depends on the training, and it depends on the people you hire. So that's what it's all about, you know. So the good part about it is that Mythos, the kind of folks Mythos works there, they're actually military, you know, ex-military, and they got a higher, definitely higher quality of folks that they deal with.
Nice.
While there's the other ones that I've dealt with, oh God, so it's not as good. We're talking about apples and oranges here. So
Wolf Brother Mythos has more like the Punisher vibe.
Exactly.
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone who joined us in the chat tonight. Everyone who is in the chat now: Roxas, Ethan, Brother Darby, Errant was on earlier, Shadowcat, Elstonation. We had some really, really awesome people in the chat tonight. Al Kirkham was in the chat earlier.
Thank you.
Big shout out to Robert, my buddy Robert from work. Thanks for visiting. And
a huge thanks to Rob and Corbin for coming on tonight.
Absolutely.
Archer and Thomas, of course, you know, locking it down every weekend in the chat. My brother Dark Light, my brother from the very same Top Mother, Tom Dog Scale Model Freak Brian was in the chat earlier, and brother Ian, or stage name Delicious, was in the chat earlier. And my son Darian, and of course, Oi there, Daz Rock,
little Daz.
Brother Daz. So had some really, really awesome people in the chat tonight.
Yeah,
and
good conversation.
Lively discussion. And we got off track like a billionty times, and I think overall, just everybody kept the conversation going real nicely. You know, we got a lot of nice chat tonight.
So before we cut off, Mythos, what are you working on? What you just finish up there?
So I finished. Well, aside from doing bases, I finished up some my aggressors, and I need to do that, and then I need to paint the fur pelt on the shoulder. Because I'm doing a little tutorial. I'm not sure I like it, but I'm working on a little tutorial there for the fur pelts. And then since I got to a stopping point on those, I have these Terminators that have been in my travel bag for like, I've owned them since 7th edition and haven't painted them. And they've been at like 90% complete for forever. So I was just doing a little touch up there. So just revamping some old stuff, my brother.
That's really good, dude.
Your Italian story, Roxas says karma is a thing. Roxas also says he may have made a computer build for you, but you may have to tweak it.
Awesome.
Roxas is really awesome at putting together computer builds.
Yep.
Darby says, thank you guys. Great job tonight, folks. And Ryan Roxas says back, although we're just now signing out. Any closing thoughts for you, you gentlemen?
Well, I just want to let you know that if you like this video, like, share, comment, and subscribe on the Frost and Fist. I just had to do that.
Love it.
we're gonna strip that 2 mythos. We're gonna use that for the opening and the closing. So we got the opener, we have the closing now. So,
and if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, then we would love to have you as part of the pack over on the Miniatures Paintbrush.
That's true. Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us, and of course, we will catch you next time. You beautiful people, stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty.